We made it.
One more week.
There we go.
So,
fucking curse.
what did I?
You did ruin Willie's life.
You are a curse, dude. You were wearing the Green Bay stuff before the season even starts. You're a curse.
It's like 30 degrees outside. What do you expect me to do?
I don't know, Brendan. Patrick's gonna go to that game and then like a section of this.
Right, who are they playing? Giants or Jets?
Giants.
You're gonna be the Giants' only win.
Dude,
It's only because
Literally.
Jameis. It's because Jameis is going to start.
Dude, he's literally gonna go to the game, and that's gonna be the game where like a section of the seating falls through on the ground.
Come on, no, this isn't Rojo, Maryland.
Like that game when they went the fucking Commanders, and the entire fucking section just came down on people.
Almost landed on Jalen Hurts.
Does a cloud follow you everywhere you go?
Well, no, not particularly, but
dude, I told you he is the sports Grim Reaper,
dude.
I do nothing. I just root for teams that I've been rooting for my whole life, like the Knicks.
Dude,
John Starks was my man.
You literally 2 weeks ago said you was cheering for Boston, and then as soon as you said that, they blew a 20-point lead. Jason Tatum got hurt.
They blew an Achilles.
Jason Tatum got hurt.
It's not my problem. The parquet broke his ankle.
Look, we had a great run. I'm ready for this rebuild, baby.
Y'all gonna be rebuilding in a long time.
No, they'll be back. No, they'll be quick.
It's not gonna be quick.
It'll be quick. We're not the Lakers.
You're gonna have a drought.
No, they're gonna be playing merchants for the next 10 years.
They're
like the Bulls.
Bobby,
shut the fuck up. Dude, you act like we just didn't win the title like 5 years ago.
You act like we didn't just win it last year.
The COVID one doesn't count.
Thank you.
That's a bubble chip. That's a wimpy chip.
But Bobby, you're forgetting we're in the East.
Dude,
I know. Powerhouse is like the Washington Wizards.
Reggie, the Haitian Rob man said John Starks was the man.
Like I said, Allen Houston.
I lost my train of thought because y'all don't piss me off. I hope the Celtics have like a Boston Red Sox type drought.
What?
That could happen.
The Red Sox are what, 7 years?
Yeah, but back to you son of a bitch. When has Phoenix ever won a championship? Be quiet. They haven't. Anyway,
the Diamondbacks won one in 2001.
No. I said the Phoenix Suns. We talking basketball.
Well, they won a couple Western Conference titles. That's pretty much like winning the championship.
That's not. They've not.
Bro, that's like celebrating you went runner-up in the Civil War. What are you doing?
Or in all respect to Jim Irsay, 2014 AFC finalist banner.
Oh, that one's sad. I like Jim Irsay. That dude, he was a guarantee fucking hot mic right there.
He was.
I'm gonna miss him announcing if the roof is open at Lucas Oil.
You ever hear when he called Quentin Nelson to draft him?
No, I haven't seen that one.
Listen to that. It's fucking hilarious. Dude's clearly buzzed.
But yeah, that's like his normal state of mind.
You fired up, man.
That's like your normal state of mind.
Damn. All right, so Packers season's over. Cowboys season's over.
New England season's over. No, Cowboys are going to be sneaky good. I don't care what anybody says.
No, Brian Schottenheimer.
I don't trust. I don't trust your coach, man.
They're gonna run off. They're gonna be ran off week 1 against the Eagles.
I really don't trust your coach.
Yeah,
I don't think you do either.
I don't trust Dak to make it through a season healthy.
No, I trust Dak.
You know how you know the Packers.
And Cooper Rush isn't coming back. Isn't around.
You know how you know the Packers are a bunch of crybabies. We want the push man.
No, No, the Packers took the
Wait,
fall.
wait,
Because,
Come on. Your team voted for it to be banned too.
no, but the thing is, the Packers took the heat. The Packers took the heat
We
because
didn't-
they don't have an owner, and their president's retiring in a month. So,
You never had an owner though.
yeah, that's why they became the face of it because
Don't
there's
like the municipal of Green Bay on the Packers.
no the
Just
Green
go-
Bay
think of the
Packers
city.
Inc. No, it's a nonprofit corporation
Oh,
that's
so you-
run by
So you are like the Susan G. Coleman of the NFL.
Yikes.
every other NFL team's a nonprofit at this point. What the hell are we talking about?
Y'all are a charity case.
Y'all see my boy got re-signed as the highest non-paid quarterback ever?
Who?
CeeDee Lamb?
Shut your mouth.
They re-up Micah?
What?
Micah.
When did they
Yes,
re-up him?
did. What?
When did they re-up him? I haven't seen that.
Hold on a minute.
No. You re-up George Pickens.
They ain't real.
He's gonna be a bust in Dallas.
No, he's not. You're hoping that he's a bust. See,
I don't
you're a
need the
hater.
hope. Your team has no effect on mine. We're not gonna
The
feature
only-
for like another 4 years.
The only headline I see is Cowboys Micah Parsons not in attendance at voluntary OTAs.
Okay, that's true. We
Haven't re-signed anyone.
this right. Oh my god! What
But all the big moves
fuck?
Jerry Jones is going to make.
Yo,
was a
podcast Micah, baby.
Yeah, you know what? Here's the thing. Because you talk all this shit, but New England would take him, and he would start.
Oh, you
instead.
damn well I'd take him.
Any team would take him and he would start.
Dude, I take Aaron Hernandez right now.
Masturbating
Like
during team meetings.
this team, you don't realize the lack of talent this team truly has on the offensive skill position.
Yeah. Get
I take
Aaron Hernandez.
literally anyone right now.
Somebody's getting canceled in Bristol. Aren't you close to Bristol?
How about
No, I'm probably like 2 hours out, 3 hours out.
I'm like 45 minutes.
Yeah, they'll just take Patrick instead.
I'm probably more talented than half the people they got.
Dude, you'd be a lineman.
You know, Bobby, you weren't able to go to WrestleMania in Vegas last year, so now you have
Nope.
a chance to do it next year.
Why the fuck would they do that? That's the dumbest shit I've ever heard.
It's called money. It's called money.
I don't get the fascination with Vegas though.
It's a tourist hub. So they'll get
But, like,
people
so
come
are-
make a week of it.
But like this is so last year Minnesota was set to have 41. They pulled the rug from them last minute and gave it to Vegas. This year they already announced New Orleans. They made The Rock go out and fucking pimp out New Orleans and shit. And they pulled the rug out of that one last minute too. To go
So,
to Vegas.
It basically makes the Rock's involvement in any part of the Cody Rhodes story less important, less necessary than it already was.
You know, say what you want about Vince McMahon. There's just some things that would never have happened under his watch.
No, yeah.
One
No,
of them
ticket.
One of them being a
The spon-
city.
Yeah, no, he would have just said, "Screw it, we're doing New Orleans."
Like at
He-
this point, you might as well just they love Vegas for some reason.
But the crowd sucked.
The crowd always sucks in Vegas.
No, and the only thing that's good is that people will go there for 5 days and then go to all 4 shows.
I mean, it sucks, but it's not like Connecticut sucks.
Well, Connecticut just sucks because there's. Well, we're about to
It
lose
sucks.
we're about
It
to lose the
sucks.
XL Center, so
It sucks.
Man, y'all are gonna have shit.
yeah, we're gonna basically only have
you're-
UConn, and
You're about to lose your WNBA team.
well, that kind of was the writing is on the wall for that anyway.
Y'all
Ship them
like-
up to Boston, let them play at what
You lost your hockey team.
30 years ago.
You
We're
thought
almost o-
you thought you were gonna get a football team.
well, Robert Kraft played bullshit.
Y'all are like
That fucker.
y'all are like Oklahoma at Norman. They don't have a professional football team, and people treat the Oklahoma football players like celebrities and shit.
I mean, that's the same with like Alabama, fucking I think Georgia likes the Bulldogs more than they do the fucking Falcons.
I mean,
Well, they like LSU more than they like the Saints in Louisiana.
If you wanted to really be honest, I mean, Georgia could beat the Falcons because the Falcons are shit.
I mean, a local high school Texas team could probably beat the fucking Falcons at this point.
I mean, I can't. I mean, Michael Penix is gonna get injured after 6 games, whatever the fuck's his name.
All right, McLovin said Patrick always loses.
Fuck you, McLovin. You're a Detroit fan. Ugh.
I'm a pussy. I'm a whip, and I'm gonna leave the group.
This is a big L for McLovin because you know what? Detroit ain't getting no fucking WrestleMania now. As soon as they put it in Detroit, they'd be like, "Yo, we're going back to Vegas, baby."
Man, you look at it, put you on. You look at it, put you on post approval for that little stunt, motherfucker.
Anywho.
Yeah, I don't get Vegas. I mean, I'm happy it's not going to be in Saudi Arabia, but
that's only because the Rumble's in Saudi this year, so they're not going to do both in the same year.
I actually would like them to enter.
I wanted to go to London.
I don't want London. I think the London crowds low key suck.
Why? Because they're not racist like Boston.
No, because we're not racist like Texas.
We're not talking about Texas.
We are talking about Texas.
Texas.
We're not talking about Texas. We're talking about Boston.
Hey, show me where the clan is in Boston, and I'll show you where 5 clans are in Texas.
You want to show me? You want me to show you where the clan is? They're fucking the mafia.
The mafia. It's only movies.
Bullshit.
So double
mafia doesn't. I'm not gonna say they don't exist anymore because I have no idea, but they're not. It's not the Whitey Bulger era up here anymore.
Bro, I don't want to fucking go into a store and be like walking there, like, look at this mook. Like in December, go to the store from and somebody comes in. Look at this wise. Look at this guy here. It's
McLovin,
like Boston. But hold on a minute before you respond to McLovin. Boston is like Texas. People don't think that we have cars down here. I think that y'all only have the mafia. I only think that y'all have the mafia.
You gotta pay a service fee every time you buy something.
Exactly. Like that's what I'm thinking. And you be thinking I'm joking. Why do you think I keep bringing it up? I'm low key asking, am I gonna be safe when I come in?
No, they don't know. McLovin said, to be fair, Lakers, Boston, and Patrick lost this season.
McLovin, shut up, okay? Because none of your teams are good, okay? Let's get on Detroit. The team that was supposed to fucking go to the fucking Super Bowl got their ass blown out in the playoffs. The Pistons are finally good after 10 years?
By Jaden Daniels, a rookie.
Your hockey team sucks.
The Lions became insufferable after
your hockey team.
Half a year of success.
Your hockey team, McLovin's been rebuilding for 20 years.
Well, so has a lot of hockey teams.
At some point, you just got to accept you suck.
Just accept that you suck, okay? The biggest thing to come out of Detroit is him and them.
That's sadly true.
But get back to what I'm saying. Am I going to be safe in December?
Yes. You're not even going to be really in Boston unless you fucking drive in and want to go sightseeing.
Like, I don't want to cry, but I don't want to see what
you're going to be more near, like, Plymouth and shit.
I actually do want to go sightseeing because I want to see, as much as it makes me sick, I'm not going to say what I'm going to see because you'll clip that shit and then play it in the chat, but I want
to go. You want to go to the TD Garden, don't you?
Yeah, let's go. Wait.
No.
If there's I'm waiting for the NBA schedule to drop next year to see if there's a game that week.
I would really go. But you know, for real though, not even fucking joking, I would go to a game for real.
Oh, I would. That'd be my bachelor party.
I would go to a game for real.
Well, I'm gonna see if the Bruins have a game.
Oh no, dude! No, hell no.
No,
dude,
but
the Bruins. So the issue, even when the Bruins suck, they overprice the shit out of those games.
Well, they overpriced the shit out. Okay, there's the NHL schedule hasn't come out yet. I was only going to see that because if the TD Garden's booked that night for the Bruins,
yeah, you got to wait till Well, we really have like 3.
McLovin, how many championships has your team ever won? How many championships have you seen your team won?
But
I've won 5 in Madden.
No, One, and that then okay.
And McLovin, you cannot count the early 90s Pistons because you were not alive yet.
You weren't even fucking born.
Yeah, you can't count.
And
but I'm
2000 and 2004 is questionable because I'm not sure that you were 6-year-old sitting on your daddy's shoulders going, "Yay!"
Are we? Never mind. I was gonna say something very crass, but
he was about to say something crude.
I was just gonna say that. Are we sure McLovin's daddy was still around? But
Oh
Oh my god!
but anywho, that's what I would have said. I didn't actually say that.
Watch it because he'll unfriend you and start a new chat.
You'll be like us. You'll be one of us. One of us.
No, there wasn't a new chat. There was an already existing chat.
Watch it.
The keep Bobby and BT out chat.
You're right. Do you think that?
You think we can add another one to? You think yeah, Patrick, this fat fuck to that list?
I don't care.
Really grinding my.
You know what, Patrick? You're fat and you're gay.
You haven't seen titties. I have. Have you?
At least I never live tweeted during getting a blowjob.
Oh God! Stop it! Stop it!
I can care less.
What the fuck? Stop it!
I've been the second. Have you?
Patrick, what the fuck is wrong with you?
All this from WrestleMania moving to Vegas.
Oh my god!
When's the last time you hit a double?
Shut the fuck up! You're fucking wrong. You're so wrong. You're so fucking wrong. Oh my god!
Clip it.
Clip of the night.
Patty's bringing back the clip of the night.
Oh my god!
Actually, where's my pen so I can actually jot this one down?
He's gonna be like, "You guys are fucking dicks."
Patrick gonna look at his phone after the show and be like, "Why was I kicked from this chat?"
Oh my god! I tell you one thing. I tell you one thing. He kicked me from a chat. I'm gonna put his ass on post approval.
Were you not even fucking in it?
No, I'm talking about in the group. I put his ass on post approval.
There we go. We have a question. How would people feel about equality in wrestling, titles included? So you talk about like intergender titles and shit?
Hold on a minute. Hold on.
From Bobbert Williams.
Yeah, keep going.
I don't know what's he trying to say.
I'm trying to figure out, is he talking about intergender as an equality, or is he talking like equality like race, religion, like all that?
I still don't get it.
Waiting for Bobbert. Yeah, waiting for Bobbert to respond to that one. Damn, McLovin, we moved on from you.
Yeah, you're so 10 minutes ago.
Literally 15 seconds ago, we moved on to Bobbert.
I know.
So this is a big wrestling weekend. We're waiting for Bobbert to respond, and it doesn't feel like it.
Well, because
I'm not looking forward to any of the 3 shows.
Well, because what's the biggest match at Double or Nothing? Mark Briscoe versus Ricochet in a stretcher match.
It's Ospreay and Paige. Like that's gonna be good match. Double or Nothing might honestly be the event of the weekend by default. Yeah. I don't like Saturday Night Main Event is outside of the steel cage match. It's kind of predictable. NXT. I'm not really interested in anything but Victoria versus Grace.
What's the main event? Is it going to be Hendry and
for NXT? It should be Stephanie versus Jordan.
That because that feels like the biggest match, but
That's
because
the only match that's worth
Obafemi versus
fucking
Miles
talking about.
Bourne,
Baby Orton.
and then Hendry versus Trick.
That should probably kick off the night.
But no, it ended up.
But like, I don't know. Just none of the 3 events are like. I don't know. I'm not hyped about any of the 3.
What are we talking about?
This weekend's wrestling events. The Saturday Night Main Event, NXT, and Double or Nothing Hell. It's supposed to be a big weekend, but like none of them.
Wait a minute, what's the
None of them are doing it. It's Saturday Night Main Event, NXT Battleground, and Double or Nothing.
Yeah, there's nothing must see. Like I'm probably only going to watch Battleground by default because I'm not paying for Double or Nothing.
Hold on a sec. You do give a fuck because if you didn't give a fuck, you wouldn't have come into the fucking chat and said what the fuck you said. So quit fucking lying.
You son of a bitch.
I think Patrick's slowly liking the flippy guys.
You trying to what?
I think he's slowly becoming a Ricochet fan.
Who?
Patrick.
Oh, fuck no. I haven't watched that bald fuck since he left.
I think he's been killing it in AEW.
So
It sounds like it, but he
Once they turned him heel, that's when he just started killing it.
Yeah, it's because he's
early
douchebag.
on it was terrible.
Yeah, because babyface Ricochet sucks. Heel Ricochet's just a complete douche, but
Bobby, you hear that? It's slowly turning. He's complimenting him.
fuck.
That's how it starts.
Next thing you know, I'm going to say Bailey sucks, which I kind of said last week, but
Here we go. Adam McLean said he's watching Saturday Night Main Event live, Battleground on replay on Monday, and then skipping Double or Nothing for the second straight year.
No one cares. It's not an airport, buddy.
What? You can't do that.
This man, fuck the audience.
Sorry. I'm sorry. Terry's probably going to come and yell at me for.
Man, I'm surprised Terry hasn't commented defended NXT yet. I just crapped on that whole card.
But
besides one match.
Because there's legitimately nothing on NXT. Because they're beginning to gut them.
Let me read this NXT Battleground fucking card to you.
So, before you do, so I'm guessing NXT is on at the same time as AEW Double or Nothing?
Yeah. Yep. On exactly the same time. So really, you're picking one or the other.
That's fucking stupid. Most people are probably going to pick AEW.
I think I'm gonna watch AEW on Monday rather than live. Because at least if I watch it on Monday, I can watch it in full.
I ain't watching that shit. I ain't even worried about it.
Bobby gonna be like, "Yo, who has the fucking link on Sunday?" When Bobby has to sit there and watch, let's wait for it. Hank and Tank and Josh Briggs versus Brooke Jensen, something called Nico Vance and Sean Spears.
But you know what the funny part is? The funny part is that when Shawn Michaels throw those matches together in NXT, the matches still cook. Even when you're not interested in the matches still cook. So
yeah, no, the matches are going to be good. Ruka.
There's one match I don't have really much faith in.
What, Tony D'Angelo versus Stacks?
Yep.
Yeah.
No.
I think that one's just mainly towards the end. We're waiting for see if he gets turned on.
You're a hater of his character. That's all it is.
Well,
no,
that's not a main roster.
I actually like his character.
But that's not a main roster character. He'll be destroyed up in the main roster.
Hold on, let me just say what Bobby wants to hear. It reminds me of my upbringing.
That's not even what I would say.
That is what you want to hear.
No, it's not. I want to hear the secrets of Whitey.
I don't have no fucking secrets. Adam McLean said, "Screw you, Patty, and your Packers."
Fuck you, bitch.
Are you?
You can't do that.
Man, that's how we. That's how we got. That's how someone got in trouble like a month ago.
Adam.
Oh, sorry, Adam.
Our friend may be lightly inebriated, so please forgive him.
No, he knows I.
Are y'all like fucking neighbors or some shit?
He lives in New Haven, which is like an hour and a half from me.
Is Adam like the one black guy that you know, but he's really like black white, like an Oreo?
No, that's we're not talking about Jamerson, my friend.
Patrick's like, stop it! I have 2 black friends.
Yeah, it's him and Jamerson.
Wow.
Wow.
Wow. Oh, really, Patrick?
And Bobby, I got 3.
Man, he doesn't count you.
Wow.
Yeah. So the NXT.
I defended you and everything.
Oh, and I appreciate that.
Yeah, the NXT card is Obafemi versus Miles Bourne.
Ugh,
Predictable. Oba's gonna win.
he's gonna murder him.
Oba should win. Second match is Stephanie Vaquero versus Jordan Grace.
Should be the main event.
It should be Jordan because Stephanie needs to come to the main roster.
I think it should be Jordan too.
Yeah, but where's she gonna fit in the main roster now that Roxanne and Julia are both up?
Anywhere. Anywhere. She's a star.
Raw.
But the main story on Raw is gonna be Becky and Bailey once Bailey comes back.
That's not going to be the main
That's not
story.
going to be the main story. That's going to be a main story.
And then it's also Rhea versus Io.
I'm tired of y'all disrespecting Io Sky like she just is nothing.
I like Io.
I'm tired of y'all disrespecting Io like she's.
Well,
I'm sick of the Rhea booking.
The getting the Charlotte treatment.
Dude, she's fucking over.
I know she is. I never disputed it.
Over. She's like, why wouldn't you? Like, you have to. You have to. She's fucking.
No. I'm not saying bury her and make her lose to everyone. But I'm saying you can have her face some adversity every once in a while. It makes for a strong baby face.
Well,
but Rhea's not okay. But let me ask you this. Rhea, I get what you're saying. Rhea to me is like Stone Cold Steve Austin because Rhea technically. Rhea hasn't changed her mannerisms. She's just the shit cheered out of her. She wasn't turn heel tomorrow. She would still do the same shit.
yeah.
It's the same with Becky. Becky doesn't like Becky's the same way. Becky still comes down to the ring, fist high in the air. The fans are even cheering Becky. Like it's weird.
No, that's because they wanted her back.
They did, but it's WWE's fault that they're not making. Like I hope that, but with Julie, because what I don't like. What do you do with Rhea?
I mean, this could be your chance to finally learn how to book women without a title revolved around them. A wild concept.
Didn't they try? Well, they tried doing that with.
They're doing it with Naomi right now.
Yeah, Naomi and Jade, and then eventually
that's been a good feud.
The match was actually surprisingly good at Mania.
You can't use that as a comparison.
You can't.
No, name right now. Name the top, not just divided by roster or SmackDown or Raw. Name the top 3 women in WWE right now.
Io, Rhea.
I'm talking about by all of it. Not just
Io,
titles, popularity.
Rhea.
Tony Storm. Tony Storm. You have to include Tony Storm.
He's saying WWE. WWE.
Oh, I thought he said all over.
I mean, if we're throwing in popularity, then it has to be Rhea, Becky, Charlotte.
Bingo.
But
no,
in my opinion, like we're just going based on right now, it's Io, Rhea, and then really anyone after that because Bianca's not really around right now. Tiffany, I think, is taking a hit since Mania. Charlotte's definitely taken a hit since Mania. I mean, I guess you can go Becky, but like I don't know.
Tiffany is probably the third.
I think she's the third, maybe by default.
No,
But I think 1 and 2 is pretty much locked in EO and Rhea.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, Bobby, if she hits the main roster, Stephanie could be the third.
maybe so.
Yeah, easily. But I don't know if her promos will be able to hold up
It
just
don't
yet.
matter. It don't matter.
She doesn't need to.
She just needs to stand there.
Here's the problem. Here's the fucking problem. Y'all say the same shit as if EOS, not y'all, but people on the internet say the same shit about her saying her promo in Spanish.
Shane.
As if EO Sky and Oscar has just been talking broken English. And what I mean by broken, I'm not making fun of their language. What I'm saying is they cut their promos in Spanish and they come across as they cut the promos in whatever
Japanese.
and then they come back and they cut it in they're not the best promos. They still have the barrier too. So why is it different from Stephanie?
But when they go Japanese, we can read the emotion and then we can figure it out from there.
Okay, dear God, the woman has been in NXT for what, a few months? Give her time.
Yeah, almost. We're nearing a year, I think.
Because this EO that was doing that shit, she wasn't doing that shit when she first came to NXT.
No, because she had to learn.
Exactly.
Did she come out like the fucking tiger mask and shit?
She did. That's all I'm saying is give Stephanie time to learn too.
Yeah, and putting her on the main roster when she could not be fully comfortable could hamper her.
But she's ready.
She's ready, dude. Did you see the fucking ovation that she got fucking after the 2 weeks that she was on after WrestleMania?
All right, fair enough.
She's over.
But who should be moved up first? But in reality, who should be moved up first? Stephanie or Jordan?
Stephanie.
Okay, fair enough.
Realistically, if you want me to tell you the truth, they should be 1A and 1B.
They both technically should be up, but NXT can't take losing.
They can't take
the entire big four.
Yes, they can because they got what's that girl that won LFG, the Olympian. She's coming up.
But
I don't know about her.
Dude, listen.
I think the only reason she won the show is because she has a gold medal, and they really needed an excuse to put her on TV. They had really nothing for her because if you watch that show, she was not the best female on that show.
She maybe wasn't,
but if Jordan and Stephanie both go, who takes over? Who's the champ?
I guess Soul by default would be the next one up.
Okay, but here's
they're doing something with Jada. I don't know what they're doing with Jada Parker.
That's what I'm saying. Y'all act like okay, and I get what y'all saying.
Yeah, because Jada was in the Rumble, so they have to see something.
They have Jada. They have Lola Vice. They have Soul Ruka, and then what's the other girl's name?
Zaria.
Kalani?
Zaria. No, Zaria. They got Kalani.
Where's Kalani?
They just,
They have the talent. They just don't have like the name value, and that's what's kind of hurting them right now. I think the same issue with the men's side is literally it's Obafemi, Trick Williams, and then everyone else.
Okay, and then maybe even Joe Hendry's third.
But here's the thing. That shit happened when they gutted NXT the first time, and then they come out with NXT 2.0. Nobody knew who Trick. So I mean, if it's developmental, if it's true developmental, you can't stay in developmental for like 6 years.
But you gotta.
Shit, wasn't Angela Dawkins in developmental for like 10 years?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then like you still got. But Ricky Saints is there, and he can carry the mantle for a bit.
I don't think he's not going to be there long.
I don't think he is.
Well,
I don't think Ethan Page is going to be there long either.
Ricky's probably going to come up roughly when Cody comes back.
Cody might be back this weekend.
Probably, yep.
That's a little bit too soon.
If you realistically want me to tell you the truth, On the men's side, I would probably say Obafemi, and I think Trick Williams are next to go on the men's side.
Uh, up, yeah.
Because
It
I'm
all
gonna tell you,
depends on who loses on Sunday.
because I'm gonna tell you something. That what's that boy Miles Bourne or whatever that looks like
Miles Bourne.
a rip off Randy Orton.
Yeah.
I can tell they're gonna push the shit out of him.
Hey, I have respect for him. He somehow landed Stephanie.
Hey,
Game recognized game, I guess.
listen, you ain't
Sean's
got.
like, hey, you say have fun. You get in a title match now.
He knows how to Mac in sign language. Okay.
No, actually, you know who I like in NXT from the men's side? Javon Evans.
Yeah, I like him too.
JC Jane. You know,
But she's been there since what, before 2.0.
Well, she would have been up by now if Mandy Rose wasn't posting her fucking titties and getting ass fucked in the shower
Actually,
while NXT champion.
Gigi Dolan would still have a job, and Toxic Attraction would probably be called up as a group.
Yeah, they would have been up by now. They would have done something by now.
They would have been like 15-time tag champions.
But here's the problem, though. You can't. Here's the problem, Terry. There's only so much with the women. I'm not trying to be funny, but they're kind of there's a ceiling right now because fucking Raw and SmackDown are like loaded. Raw and SmackDown are loaded. So if you call them up, what are you going to do with them?
Yeah,
and they don't. And outside of what Dakota Kai, they don't get rid of people.
Mm-hmm.
The women's side, women's for WWE is legit stacked. They could release probably 12 women, and it would barely make a fucking dent in the amount of talent they have out there.
Yeah, because they could get rid of like Zoe Stark, but now that she's injured again, they can't.
Yeah, you're not getting rid of her. That shit made national news.
They're not gonna. Let me tell you something. If they got rid of Shayna Baszler, and they got rid of what's her name, Dana?
Dana Brooke, like 3 years ago.
I know who he's talking about. I'm trying to think of the name too.
The girl
Sonya Deville.
Yes, if they got rid of them and kept Tony Stark. Not Tony Stark.
Well, Sonya.
Oh, fucking Iron Man.
If they kept Stark, they see something in her.
When she comes back,
they wouldn't have devoted that.
She's getting the biggest pop of her life,
dude. Probably.
Unless they bury her like they did.
It sounds terrible, but this injury might have been the best thing to happen to her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That shit was gruesome, but like, she's gonna be super over when she comes back.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of getting like fucking crickets,
like they did with Kairi Sane on last Monday, where they gave her basically a jobber entrance. And
that's her pirate entrance. So I guess that damage control is dead.
Yeah, I mean it has to be done. Who knows when Asuka's coming back? Io's doing her own thing now, and Dakota got fired.
Which may have been good for her.
I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, they're fine the women's side. It's the men's side and the tag team division. They are kind of a little.
Well, the tag teams is picking up, but they're.
I wouldn't go that far.
Tag teams are always going to be secondary. That's just how wrestling is.
That's true.
Which
you're probably going to be more safe in a tag team and not get cut.
Unless you're a woman.
True.
Yeah. 2 out of the 3 PFC.
And all of fucking Kate and Katana, whatever her fucking name is.
Yeah, but they
You didn't like the party gimmick? They came out with a little fucking smoke gun things.
Dude, they got Lyra just started. Becky, I'm gonna tell you something. If Becky rejuvenates this girl's career, what she is, Becky, I see what you mean now. Because
Becky's pushing Lyra to be.
She is. I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead, Patrick.
Go ahead.
Becky, because Lyra fucking 2 weeks ago wouldn't have got a damn ovation. Now she's sitting here getting the shit cheered out of her.
Yeah, it's the cumulative effect of working with Becky, and also she's showing off a personality. She's showing off that she actually can be someone. But
Amanda said, "Hi, people. Long time no see."
hi, hi, Amanda.
Terry's on
what?
Juicy Jane.
But you know what? I'm gonna tell you something. I think, and I'm usually on the mark with this. I think that they're gonna do something with Charlotte that is going to rejuvenate her and that is going to get people behind her.
Yeah, they're
They
able to
have
do
to.
that
They have to.
They're doing something.
because they almost damaged both her and Tiffany by
I don't think.
forcing that Tiffany versus Charlotte at Mania.
I think Tiffany took a hit just because of the feud, but I think Charlotte took a hit because of the feud and shit. Like Charlotte took the biggest hit out of this, and for Bobby's thing to work, Charlotte has to lose tomorrow. She can't win that Money in the Bank qualifier.
Wait, there's a Money in the Bank qualifier. Oh, tomorrow
Yeah, it's
on
her,
SmackDown.
Julia, and one other person. I forget who the third is.
Whoever's taking the pin.
Well, I actually heard it. Well, never mind. I ain't gonna put that out there,
But Julia should win that.
I think they're gonna put Julia in the match.
And shit,
I'm
because
pissed that I'm pissed that they didn't put Chelsea in the match.
No, you put Alexa on that one.
No, I understand in that match, but you put Chelsea in a different match that she can win.
No.
Unless they're going to do the last chance battle royal or whatever the hell bullshit that they do to get.
Like,
To
how many
fix,
people are even going to be in that match?
I think it's 6.
It's 6.
Okay, so then they have 2 in so far. Raw has 2 in so far. So there's really, after tomorrow, 2 spots left.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're going to start the men next week. And I don't even know who's going to win it. Who's an early...
I heard a rumor for the women that Julia is a rumor favorite to win it.
I'd go with Julia. I'd go Julia or Roxanne for that one.
I think... Well, who knows what they're going to do with Roxanne and Judgment Day. If they're going to complete the Dom Triangle and put her with...
The goat Dom. Baby goat.
Yeah. The greatest Mysterio of all the time.
Yeah, the men's one's a little... I don't know who you go with for that one.
Like, do you go Cody and where you go to predictable... Like someone's already Bennett... Like,
no, it
or
looks
do
like
you
they're doing. Looks like they're doing Travis Scott. Something Travis Scott and Cody for a Money in the Bank.
I think that they're doing another redemption story for Cody. They're doing another redemption story. He's gonna win the title back.
I think that's your SummerSlam main event, probably.
to get the title off Cena and then have Cena turn babyface for the final part of his run?
I don't know if he. I don't know. So far, this heel turn ain't looking good.
It's not, but you started to see some development of it. Like he started to okay, you know what? Maybe I was a little too hard and shit, and then they did the stupid R-Truth stuff. So you saw some a little bit of okay, they have an out for this, turning them back now.
Yeah, because obviously he has to turn back to finish up his run. But it's all a matter of when.
I'm not looking forward to this R-Truth match. I think this is a waste of a match for his final run. I understand Cena probably wanted it, but
dude,
it feels like a waste.
Dude, R-Truth can turn shit into gold. Give him.
I don't want to go that far.
But Saturday night's main event is it's basically a waste of a show. It's just
exactly. There's no title changes.
Like if it was at a Money in the Bank where like some sort of pay-per-view, yeah, I could see where you could have an issue. But Saturday night's main event,
Do you think because it's a non-title match, there's actually a chance Truth wins?
no, it's a title match.
No, it's not.
It's not?
It's not a title match. I found that out when I posted the prediction league thing on Tuesday.
It's not a title match.
I thought it was a fucking title match.
Well,
Nope.
it could be some.
But like, let's go with this.
I
way.
would.
So say, okay, Saturday Night Main Event's not for the title, and then you're doing these Cena, Travis Scott, Cody shit at Money in the Bank, assuming that's all correct. So Cena's next title defense probably isn't coming till Night of Champions in Saudi if they're doing that.
Well, what's
Here's the problem.
what's
Cena
his?
Cena's like Cena is like Cena just won the title. He's not gonna. If anything, Travis Scott is gonna get pinned in that tag team match at Money in the Bank.
Where Travis Scott's pins Cody.
No,
Cena's not even confirmed for Saudi.
He'll do Saudi.
He'll do Saudi. He's the WWE champion.
I'm not worried about that. They're gonna put every title on the fucking line that night.
Exactly. He's the WWE,
Assuming so.
He's the WWE champion.
My thing is, who? I don't know. So they're doing Cody again. They're doing Punk. So there's a couple matches.
Did
they're doing the
Roman?
Travis. No. I let that SummerSlam match between the two be the last time. Let that speak for itself.
I wish it would, because my tribal chief would take the title back and then would make it relevant again.
I don't think that. Maybe they do Roman. I don't see I don't see where you do it though.
Just on a pay-per-view.
I know, but like,
it doesn't have to be a main pay-per-view. Just do it.
I assume Cena's
Where do you
gonna
think? What do you think his final match is at this point?
I feel like it's might be Cody trilogy, maybe.
It's his final match. Here's my thing. I have a theory that he's going to be heel until December, and I think
that's when he turns back.
And I think that his last match is going to be Cody. I think that they hold off.
Complete the trilogy, like do a Hell in a Cell.
No,
it ain't gonna be no trilogy. I think that this is gonna be the second match after WrestleMania.
You think they're gonna hold off on Cody Cena till December?
Normally I would say no, but because of the circumstances, because he's retiring, I would.
But assuming Cody comes back for the tag match at Money in the Bank, what do you do with Cody at SummerSlam?
You put him in a match against Travis Scott 1-on-1 because Travis Scott has been training. You gotta
you gotta have to wrap the bow on the Travis Scott shit.
Exactly. You can literally stretch it until December. Here's the thing. If you want John Cena in this heel turn to be legitimate, you have him run through everybody. Because right now, the way that he's picking up wins, it comes across clunky. It doesn't come across good. It doesn't come like realistically how I would book it. I would have John Cena decimate the people that he faces every month. I would make John Cena really turn this motherfucker into Superman, and I would have him dominate everybody, make turn it into an obsession, and I would make people sweat the number of days that he has, counting down the number of days that he has left on.
I like that.
Make people sweat because he's actually picking up steam,
and
he's looking strong, and it's looking like he's not going to fucking lose.
And then people think he's going to retire with the belt.
Exactly. And then have Cody fucking face him, because then Cody would be fucking way more over, because now we're like Cody, because I really think that they're going to go with, Cody, they're building. It would be a waste to me. It would be a waste that they put so much stock into the fact that they put into this effort that John Cena is the last true champion of WWE. If he loses the belt, if he holds the belt, he's basically if he keeps the belt till December and he does his final tour dates, he's walking off with the belt. That right there indicates that he's going to at least hold the title. That he's going to hold it the rest of the year. There's no question about it.
Do you think there's a chance he retires with the belt and then the Rumble in Saudi is for the title?
No. he's going to lose in. I think that he's going to lose in Boston. If he were to do it, he would lose in Boston. And I think that, and I think here's the thing, and I think if he loses in Boston, I think then at that point, I think that then we get to build. I think that would that because number one, I think that would infinitely put Cody over more.
I just hope I hope the Boston show isn't what December 6th,
No, it's apparently the rumor is going to be the week after.
the 13th.
Yep. But some news out here is it's not guaranteed to be Boston.
Where else would it? Well,
Boston. So WWE put in an offer to the people that run like the sport events. In
so
Boston,
they're
all
going to
that
go to
shit.
the highest bidder.
And they had a package presented to Boston, and they were like, no, because it was going to be a 3-night thing. It was going to be Taker's like stupid one-man show shit he does on Thursday, SmackDown on Friday, and then the Cena final match on Saturday. And it was going to be for like something not $1 million, and they're like, no, that's not worth it. So either they're going to reconvene or they're going to go for the highest bidder. And it would probably end up being St. Petersburg.
Because they're probably gonna wait and see what the NBA that NHL schedule is gonna look like, so they could plan around. Unless they did justice, but it'll be stupid for it not to be Boston. But I can understand if they probably Vegas.
Probably so. Either way, it's going to be the most. It's probably going to be one of the most second. It's going to be one of the most expensive secondary pay-per-views just because he's retiring.
Yep.
Regardless, it's probably going to be one of the most watched. Just being honest.
Oh yeah, especially if it's a Saturday night main event. That's going to be on NBC.
It's not going to be. It's not going to be. It's going to be a PLE.
I think it'll be a PLE.
Mm-hmm. And let me respond real fast. So first off, Terry, Roman is supposedly not coming back until July.
And his ass is dipping again.
You're asking me the question, does Cody turn? I think eventually. Right now, no. Nathan, that is the crappiest. No, they're not going to do that. They're not going to turn him heel. They're not going to turn Cody heel. The reason that they're not going to turn him heel is because number one, his fucking merchandise sales are out of this fucking world. They're too.
He's the John Cena of this generation.
Exactly. They're too invested in him as a babyface. And also, where's the payoff? If Cody were to turn heel and then they were to turn Cena back to face, where's the payoff? Where's the payoff? Because then you're shortening Cena's heel run, which then would make that a waste.
Mm-hmm.
There's really nothing at that point anyway. Fuck all that. You have the Rock's not coming back for a while.
Because he has 3 or 4 movies lined up, back to back to back.
Yeah, he's not going to be back this year, and his schedule's filled up next year. So the earliest he'll likely be back is 27.
2027, yep.
And then at this point,
Roman will be retired by then.
Roman wants out. It's not going to happen.
Cody could begin to wind down.
Well, I think Cody has another 4 years. I think he just signed a 5-year.
I think he said he wanted to go till 45.
Yeah.
And he's turning 40 this year.
Yeah, and by that point, Rock's going to be almost 60 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Rock was
again.
Shit, Flair was 80. I'll never say never. I'll never say never.
Yeah, but Ric Flair was a junkie for fucking just us wrestling spotlight and shit.
Yeah, Rock is
Flair. Rock is
53. Rock is 53.
Rock said, "Fuck that wrestling. I want Miami."
You know that man wants the Oscar bad.
That man wants that Oscar bad.
The Rock doesn't know what The Rock wants.
He probably still ain't gonna get it.
I don't know. They're apparently banking on either this movie or that movie that he has with Scorsese. So we'll see.
He has He has a thriller that he's filming later this year. He has the fucking Machine movie, the MMA movie, and then he has a Scorsese movie. So I don't know. I don't know if he'll get it. I mean, he might honestly for the MMA one. He might get it, or they might get it alone just for makeup and costume design.
Mm-hmm.
because it looks nothing like The Rock.
It doesn't. But you know what? I'm gonna stop calling him that because I don't recognize that dude anymore. That's
Dwayne.
That man's name is Dwayne.
Dwayne. You mean the Scorpion King?
Ain't no Scorpion King.
No, that's Paul
the real
Donald White
Scorpion.
Jr.
Patrick, what do you, Patrick? How do you feel about the fact that they counted Big Show's face in heel turns, and it was 36 times over the course of his career?
Some of us we can't make decisions. The classic flip floppers. You got to leave them alone. What Paul Donald White Jr. does is Paul Donald White Jr.'s personal prerogative.
I feel like towards the end of his full-time run, they were just ribbing him by turning him every week.
Oh yeah, for sure. Especially when they make him cry and shit like that. Oh, good God.
Did you identify with Paul White because you was also made fun of as a kid?
It's because he looks like Paul White.
Oh.
He looks like Bastion Booger.
Another god amongst men, Bastion Booger.
Stop. You looked at Bastion Booger. You said, "Oh yes."
Yeah, I did it in the Paul Barrow voice. Oh yes.
You saw Big Dick Johnson and you fucking got excited.
I said goals.
Man was like, I wish I was the Miz.
I wish I could get oiled up and show up in a thong.
So you were doing predictions. Listen, can we do a prediction that Gunther's going to choke the shit out of Goldberg and make him pass out? You gonna put that motherfucker to sleep?
And then Goldberg gets up and just blames Bret Hart for it.
Oh.
I think Goldberg's final match is going to be a Saturday Night Main Event.
There's one coming in Georgia.
That's the same day as All In.
That's the one in Georgia, right?
I thought that was the chick show.
No, All In. The day of All In. I think they're doing a Saturday Night Main Event in Georgia. Is a rumor.
But isn't All In during the afternoon?
Yes.
Yeah, at 3. Well, they changed it because WWE fucking.
It was like, yo, we're doing Saturday Night Main Event that
exactly.
night.
So and then Tony Khan just like, okay, sir, okay.
Fuck it, we'll have a wrestling event at 2 in the afternoon in the hot heat of fucking Texas.
But isn't Globe Life retractable so they can?
Man, they're gonna keep the fucking. It's hot as hell.
Dude, dude, it's fucking hot in that. Listen, I live 45 minutes from that stadium. It is fucking hot. It don't matter.
Even with the roof up?
Yes, it's fucking Texas. It's fucking Texas. That shit is hot. And then you got the people that smell. Oh my God.
17,000 smelly ass motherfuckers in that hot ass stadium.
Well, that's just wrestling fans.
This is me looking in disgust right now. Oh my God, in the middle of summer.
Dude, Bobby's going to smell it from his house.
Oh my God. Dude,
it's going to just be a big mushroom cloud just coming, wafting through.
Dude, there are still fucking tickets available for that thing.
Oh yeah, because they only sold
still like 17,000, I think.
Because they only sold like what 30 something.
Oh wow! No, I thought 30,000.
I thought it was like 30.
I thought 30,000 was a total for like the entire thing.
I still laugh at the presser when they had the little pep rally or whatever.
And like 4 people showed up.
4 fucking people showed up. I'm like, dude, y'all really?
Yeah, they panned out to the crowd and it was the sorriest sack
people.
of losers.
It's like, dude, there's like 10 fucking people. It's 30. Number one, it's like 20 degrees in Texas, and you fucking do a fucking pep rally.
I bet you Jimmy
winter.
was there trying to get all the autographs.
Please.
No, Jimmy hates AEW.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Hashtag what I collect.
Hey, look at this! I got Smart Mark Sterling's autograph.
Look,
come on, guys.
Aside from the fact
like
they're doing an outdoor event in the summer in Texas, I don't think doing All In Texas was a good idea.
I mean, you got.
No.
I mean, to their credit, you got to fucking expand somehow.
I wouldn't have done Texas though,
In the
especially
summer?
in the summer. I would have done if you were going to do that. I would have done it in the winter.
No, fuck no.
You wouldn't do it in the winter
No,
or spring?
maybe spring. Fuck no. Winter's
But
fucking
in the
You do it
spring,
middle,
what can you?
middle of July at 2 in the
But
afternoon?
no.
if
What the- have you
AEW
even been
plans
to
an event,
Texas?
AEW plans a stadium show in April of whatever year. WWE is just going to put WrestleMania there.
Dude, the issue is that. So here's the thing. I'm gonna give Tony Khan credit. I'm gonna give him credit. Texas, it doesn't matter what year round it is. If there are events there are fucking people that will fucking show up to that shit. So
Except for All In.
No, I do believe that it's gonna be. I do believe All In is gonna be sold out that day. I really do. Whether they got to give the tickets away, okay, fine. I do believe that shit is gonna be sold out. Now, am I gonna be in that area around that time?
Yep.
Fuck no. Fuck no. I'm gonna avoid that area like the black. But I do believe eventually they will sell out All In or be close to capacity.
Well, yeah, capacity to what they set it up for, yeah. But I just hope they put together a good card. But
hold on a minute.
I'm happy they didn't try and do AT&T Stadium. That would have been fucking terrible.
Yeah, but hold on a minute because Terry, I'm watching. We are interacting. I'm interacting the best you can. So if y'all got any questions, y'all can ask us. So Terry asks us, you guys, I know you're not interacting too much with the audience here, if that's what you want to call us, but I want to know what you guys think of Gunther. I think he's the best wrestler on the roster right now. Not sure I like what they're doing with him, but that's what I think about that's what I think about his overall it factor. Let me explain something to you about Gunther. What do you do when you, from a perspective of this man tapped out for like maybe the first time in his career? Maybe not his career, but like in WWE.
No, second time because he did the same. He did the same thing with Dragunov when he lost the UK title.
Thank you for
the same exact thing. He got choked out, tapped within like seconds.
Yeah, but this version of Gunther, right? Okay, so I get what you're saying. Yeah, but Terry, to answer your question, because we are interacting with you, so I don't want y'all to think that we not. Yes, here's the thing: Gunther is gonna be okay in the long run because Gunther looks like a fucking machine. That dude's like what, 6'4"? That dude literally looks like a dude. I don't know what it is. It's his mannerisms. He looks like a fucking general. I'm not trying to be funny. Dude, I'm not trying to.
Well, he is the ring general.
He looks like a fucking Nazi general, like what you would see like in Nazi, like dude for real, like Austria with you all this shit. He looks like he fucking looks, dude. That dude looks like a killer. So the fact of the matter is that you have to build Gunther back up. So what the fuck do? You have Gunther come out. You have him cut promos that is deadly serious about what he's going to do to people. So that is the one thing that I like. They're building Gunther back up to, I think, brave. He's probably gonna be, because Gunther, his promos, I did not care about his promos. I'm not gonna lie, but lately, that dude, his promos, whether his promos are saying, he looks like a fucking killer.
Yeah, and that's what the mini feud with Pat McAfee helped him just recenter himself, and then just push him to get him back to where he can feud for the title quickly, and then he's gonna do the Goldberg thing, whatever, and then he'll be back where he is, where he's gonna go.
Exactly, now does he get? Does he get the title? No, I think I probably would be a safe bet that he's probably gonna move to SmackDown. Probably would be a safe bet that he's probably gonna move to SmackDown.
Yeah, probably after the feud with Goldberg. Probably after SummerSlam, they'll move him quietly over there, and then he can do whatever. Like,
on top of that, you have a dude who, since he's debuted on the main roster, has pretty much been a champion.
I think it's 80%.
The entire time, with the
80%?
exception of like 3 months.
Yeah, I think it's like 85% of his of his entire WWE career, because he basically won the UK title pretty much from jump.
Mm-hmm.
And then he carried that for like 5 years, but maybe defended it twice.
So, like, regardless, he's probably not going to win a championship anytime soon.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to put him in sub feuds for now. The McAfee feud helped. He's gonna do the Jey Uso one once again, to jump into Goldberg, and then after it depends what happens with Goldberg. That will decide what happens next. If he loses to Goldberg, like straight up,
he's not gonna lose.
But if he,
dude, no fucking way.
But on the other hand, say Goldberg beats him in like fucking 30 seconds. Like Prime Goldberg used to do the people. That's gonna send him to the fucking moon.
This is where Brock Lesnar could jump in.
He's never coming back.
No, I understand that, but this is a perfect spot where Brock Lesnar could be, that guy that just solidifies Gunther. Just puts up, like, basically patches the torch. The Brock Lesnar torch.
So I have a theory. I think Brock does come back. I think
one of his first feud should be Gunther.
His first and only.
His only feud, and that's probably right. But they're not Goldberg. I don't understand your obsession with Goldberg winning. That motherfucker is not winning.
He shouldn't win, but
I don't think Goldberg should win. But like, put it this way: his last match that he had, if I'm correct, was against Roman, the number one guy.
No, wasn't it Bobby? Wasn't it Lashley at one of the Saudis?
No, I think he faced Roman afterwards.
It was Lashley because Lashley fucking beat
him. I think it was like 22. Saudi Mania's 22.
It was Lashley because Lashley's son got involved, or Goldberg's son got involved in Lashley's. We just said this like last week because Lashley spread the shit out of his son.
Yeah, which was right. Lashley should have. Elimination Chamber 22 was Roman versus Goldberg.
Yeah, Roman was his last match. So your last match was against the number one guy in the entire business, and that wasn't a good enough retirement for you. That's why I'm thinking Goldberg, I think, just wants to go out winning.
No. No. I don't.
That's why I'm not leaving out the possibility of Goldberg winning his final match.
Dude, no. I hope not. Number one, let's not even get to the end of the match. Let's just hope that he has that Gunther can carry him to a good match.
Goldberg has had decent matches in the few times he's come back.
I mean, it's only been during his second run. His second run literally has all his best matches and one of his worst at the same time, too.
It does. And Terry, here's the thing.
Well, that's just Undertaker was a shell of himself at that point.
Yeah, exactly. But Terry, that's not the problem. The problem is not that he lost against Sammy and Jay. The problem is that he lost against Sammy and Jay in consecutive WrestleManias, which is questionable.
But the thing, Sammy, I can understand because Gunther was playing with his food with Sammy, and then Sammy just finished it off.
Sammy still shouldn't have been the one in that title ring.
I can agree with you.
I still don't think he should have been the one.
Should have Braun beaten him?
I would have went Gable. That was the story.
Okay, I can get behind you on that.
I mean, I don't know because, dude, I don't know. Look, Triple H, like I said, Triple H books weird. People are behind this one person, but he goes with somebody completely different. So I don't fucking know.
Triple H is really good at the big moments, but he's not really good in between those good moments.
I don't know. I mean, that WrestleMania was supposed to be a big moment at night too, and that was pretty fucking terrible.
he's starting to become predictable. Like now, you see the
Look,
segment. You see like the segments with the wrestlers in the back, and like, oh look, there's such and such behind them talking. Like it's
and
the
then we're
same
gonna have the
thing.
weekly pull apart.
Exactly, and it's like the same thing. It's like, oh, this is what we're doing again.
Yeah, I have a hard time believing this is the same dude that booked NXT Black and Gold at one point.
That's what I'm
Because
saying.
it is
But
night and day.
but is he fully in charge of the booking?
Yes,
Is TKO does
I don't,
TKO as the entity sort of push
no,
push?
I don't think they do because I don't think that they know what they're doing from a booking perspective.
exactly. Because keep in mind, before Vince was forced out and stepped down, they removed. They told Vince, "Hey, stop fucking with him. Go do what we brought you in for. You have nothing to do with creative." So I don't think. I think they're letting him, Triple H, do what he wants.
So we're 3 years into his main roster call up, and
Yeah,
but the thing is,
his honeymoon period ended.
but the issue is with NXT, he had a revolving door of people coming in and out. On the main roster, he has the same people.
But keep in mind, at one point, especially near the end of his run, he was holding people down in NXT. So he really didn't have that revolving door at one point.
Exactly, because they who did he keep in NXT?
Gargano, Champa, the Undisputed Era, Velveteen Dream.
Well, Gargano and Ciampa didn't want to move up because they knew Vince would just.
They didn't have a choice. If Vince said, "Hey, I want those two guys on the main roster," guess what?
No, do you remember that? What was it? 2019 when Vince just called up Aleister Black, Gargano, Ciampa, and
because Gargano blew out
Andrade?
Because Gargano blew out his not Gargano. Ciampa broke his fucking neck.
Yeah.
And then they're like, okay, well, we don't have both of them, so we might as well just move Gargano back down.
And then Gargano won the title at the Takeover in New York.
Triple H really pushed to keep Undisputed Era and DIY down.
Let me answer this question real fast. So Terry, so I actually was thinking about this on Monday. Braun versus Jacob. I think they're going to hold off on that for a while. Actually, yeah, because Braun. Here's the thing: Jacob is
that's a Mania main event.
Exactly. Jacob is the same. It's kind of like Rhea. You don't have to fucking change anything. You don't have to fucking change anything. You just let him fucking be who he is.
Yeah, because you can tell that he's quickly gonna outgrow Solo,
right?
And they're gonna have their feud. Then he's gonna break out and whatever.
You don't have to change. Like people got this notion that you have to change who a person is when they become a face. No, that's not. I don't want to see a badass like. I don't want to see a badass like Jacob Fatu like being a fucking badass, and then next week as he turns face, comes out smiling, and comes out shaking a little kid's hands and stuff. That doesn't.
No, you keep him as the badass he is. You just change his motivations.
Exactly.
You change why he does what he does. But even with Jacob, you don't really need to change why he does what he does. You just change up his opponents.
Exactly.
And then you go from there.
And I would even say you let him fight faces too, because nowadays.
Well, there's no baby face and heels. It's just shades of gray and audience and sides.
Well, white meat, I would say Cody.
Oh yeah, there's few exceptions, but for the most part, in like outside of like Cody and then Cena as the polar opposites, there's no real the shades of gray in everybody.
I don't know. Alpha Academy, R-Truth.
Well, they're so low on the totem pole.
Nobody likes the New Day.
All right.
The Motor City Machine Guns are faces.
But the Motor City Machine Guns get zero reaction.
That's not the point. You're talking about. But so we answered. So back to what y'all was saying. It is night and day how Triple H books.
Yeah, books main roster versus, but that's.
I don't. I feel like the same thing would happen to Sean if Sean was to come up from like NXT. I feel like the same thing would fucking happen.
Yeah, but that's the issue. But if you look at talent that go from NXT to main roster, there's always that growing period. But Triple H should know better based off of 30 some odd years of experience. But
I don't. I don't know. I don't know. Like it's just very. It's very
Well,
tone deaf to me when you say, I don't listen to the online reaction. I don't listen to the crowd and the audience." I'm like, well, that's very short sighted.
that's also a lie.
but Triple H and like Tony Khan are basically the same in terms of just like PR. Tony Khan, we understand he listens to everything and he says he does, but he doesn't change.
No,
Triple H
Tony's been up front that he listens. He just doesn't follow through with it.
and then you got someone like Triple H is like, I got the blinders on. I'm like Vince McMahon. I don't listen to anything outside the walls of Titan Towers.
Yeah, ignoring that if it wasn't for online backlash, we would have had Rock versus Roman at 40.
But no, that was the Rock's decision to pivot. Come on, you got to understand that.
The Rock propaganda documentary.
Yeah, it was the Rock's decision.
I find it hilarious that 40 everything went good, so it's like, yeah, it's all my decision. But 41 went terrible, and Rock's like, I got nothing to do with that.
There's a lot of things I would have changed. Fucking Rock.
I'm finding out a lot about him that I don't like. So it's just like
and that goes part and parcel with my theory that the Hall of Fame was the beginning of the end of Triple H and as head of creative.
It's not the end of Triple H.
You want to know when that would be? If ratings and their metrics and all that other shit start to dip.
Exactly.
But that's not going to happen literally anytime soon. There's two pathways to Triple H potentially ever getting removed. Ratings and metrics and all that other shit and the money, they start going down, or Triple H is named in this Vince lawsuit. That's the only two likely exits.
Well, he doesn't even talk to Vince anymore, apparently.
I don't think he's. Off topic on that. I don't think he's involved anyway. Because when this shit was going on, wasn't that when he had his he almost died?
Well, 2.0 was the direct relation to Triple H's heart issue.
Well, apparently, according to Coach said that him nor the only one that's close to Vince now is Shane. That him nor Stephanie talked to Vince.
Yeah, it makes sense.
I could see that.
My thing is this: if you want to be completely honest, WWE, I think that the only thing that WWE has over AEW right now is that WWE has been ahead of AEW for so long.
The women's division.
They've been well, yeah, but at the same time, AEW has a women's division. He just doesn't know what the fuck to do with them. If they
I don't think they do.
If they booked Neck and dude, how the fuck not?
I think it's literally Tony Storm right now and then everyone else.
No, it's not. Are you serious?
Well, because who do they have? What, Willow Nightingale that they just resigned?
Willow is over. Harley
Cameron, but the Tony Khan's booking style is someone shows up for 3 weeks, then they're off for 6 months.
If you would let me finish what I was saying, that's what I'm saying. If they were booked correctly, the AEW women's division would be neck and neck with WWE women's division.
Yeah, if the men's division was booked correctly at the AEW. Like if they got rid of this fucking Death Rider shit.
Exactly. But see, here's the thing. They pride themselves on wrestling. That's the issue I fucking have. That's like Will Ospreay. Will Ospreay come out here saying, oh, yeah, they can't hold a candle to us when it comes to wrestling. Dude, nobody tunes into your fucking show just to watch wrestling.
But the thing is, I like that Will Ospreay is the one who will dick ride for AEW. Just like Seth Rollins dick rode for WWE back in, 2019?
I have no problem.
Let's compare bank accounts will always be a wild ass quote.
I know.
That was funny. Yeah. have no problem with what he said. What I have a problem with is the product that you're fucking supporting. That your boss could be so much better, and it's shit. It's
Yeah,
literally
but
shit.
it was the same thing with Seth Rollins. Everybody knows that Vince McMahon could have been better than he was, but here we are.
They could afford to. Who's going to take WWE off the air when it's a fucking $1 billion company?
USA took off one of their shows,
but another network will pick it up. WWE's always going to be around.
WWE would need like something, the Vince stuff plus something else just as bad or worse.
Exactly.
Is like the only thing that would take them down.
Exactly.
Yeah, fair enough.
And with how successful UFC is, I doubt that's going to happen. With what they've turned
UFC's hitting a little rough spot right now too.
But you're not worried about them though, because in the long run, you know that it's going to work. Because TKO has been pretty.
To be honest, I am a little worried.
I don't.
Especially with the with their involvement going to be in boxing now.
To be quite honest with you, I think that they're gonna have eventually it's just gonna be like TKO everything. I really honestly think, I'm not even trying to be funny, getting off of this about sports. I really think that it's gonna be either TKO or the Saudis that are gonna own everything pretty soon.
Well, TKO and the Saudis are doing this boxing league together.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. Like they've
infiltrated. But are they just gonna own like the combat sports, or are they gonna like try to make a bid for, say, like Major League Baseball?
They own fucking professional bull riding now.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, they have PBR.
That's what I'm saying. They're gonna fucking
that streams on the WWE YouTube channel.
Isn't the
watch this? Whenever an owner is selling, I would not be surprised within a few years, like they fucking outsource to fucking Saudi. Because look what fucking Dallas did. I'm not saying that they did it to fucking Saudi, but they fucking went with, who are them fucking what's their owners' names?
The Mavericks?
Yeah, because they had to because you have to keep up with spending. Like being a billionaire is not enough. You can't be just a billionaire and expect to keep up with spending because it's so expensive now to run these teams.
Yep. That's why owning
NBA which is why the NFL,
the worst thing right now.
Exactly. That's why Mark Cuban.
Which is why like the NFL's allowing private equity firms to buy at least 10% I think is the cap.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Yep.
So eventually a pro sports team's going to be owned by the Saudi government.
Yep, a league. They're not going for a team; they're going for the whole fucking league.
Which makes me shocked how Jerry Jones could have enough money to continue to keep the Cowboys by himself and fuck up everything.
Like, Jerry Jones is the kind of dude I wouldn't be shocked if he did sell to the Saudis instead of leaving it for Steven.
He probably
it's sort of like Vince McMahon would sell WWE before giving it to Shane or Stephanie. Jerry's going to sell before.
I honestly thought he was going to sell. Honestly thought he was going to sell the Saudis when he came back.
Oh yeah, but
I did too. I did too. I was like, we going overseas.
Our new Saudi overlord.
We going to
dude. Fucking Mansoor is WWE champion.
WWSC. Welcome to World Wrestling Saudi Entertainment.
No, but I'll be fair. The Saudis are killing it with these fucking boxing events. So, I mean,
and then
imagine Triple H with an unlimited budget.
I mean, that's what he got now.
I wouldn't even call that unlimited
because that's what he got now. He got an unlimited budget.
Yeah.
But it's an unlimited budget, but they don't have unlimited TV, so they can't. So you can sign everybody up your ass, but
wait for the Saudis to buy like Netflix.
But you know what though? But back in the day, they were loaded, and not everybody got on TV. Like there was WrestleManias that people weren't even on the fucking card.
Yeah, but you didn't really miss anybody because social media wasn't around, you couldn't hear Al Snow complaining that he didn't make Mania 15.
You were definitely on like Yahoo chats, fucking complaining about Al Snow not being on there.
Well, yeah, because what does everybody want?
This fucking sucks. I don't get the joke. What do you mean? What does everybody want? Head? That's not funny. I don't even know what that means.
I don't know what head is. I have a head.
I'd ask my parents. They'd slap the shit out of me if I did. Boy, I remember one time. Off subject. I remember one time I went to a wrestling event. I went to St. Valentine's Day Massacre in your house, and that was when
Memphis.
Yeah, Memphis, and that's when China had first broke up with China had first broke up with Triple H, and they were doing Triple H versus China at the pay-per-view. Or no, was it Triple H versus Kane? And when DX came out, I couldn't say suck it. I had to say, we got 2 words for you. I had to say stink it. Because when I said suck it, my dad would have like hit me in the back of the head, like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, I wasn't allowed to say that when DX did their fucking reunion in like 06. I wasn't allowed to watch the early revival of ECW because they thought it was going to be the same as the old ECW. That changed real quick.
Hell no! You saw vampires and ghosts and ghouls. And
they watched the first episode, like, oh yeah, he can watch this.
So Bobby,
meanwhile, at that point, I watched Great Khali squish Rey Mysterio like a fucking bug, and Mark Henry kill a midget.
Oh, it was China and Kane versus Triple H and X-Pac at that show.
I knew it was somebody, but dude, let me tell you something. This was when this motherfucker was the Lord of Darkness. When The Undertaker came out, oh my goodness, the chills that I felt in that damn arena, I had never been scared so much in my life.
Especially when he hung Big Boss Man.
That was funny.
Fucking choice.
That was so oh my god. Ooh, the 90s
that was
were wild. The 90s were wild.
Oh Lord.
Speaking of wild, did you see that? What somebody posted in the group about Isaiah Cassidy, and he jumped off the top of a building, and Matt Hardy was like, Isaiah Cassidy, I knew you come. And Isaiah Cassidy's like, oh man, I always come. dude, look up, it's a clip. Look up the clip in the group.
I think that was when they tried doing like the
I said what?
ultimate deletion like thing with AEW.
I had never seen it before, but he's like, ooh, like everybody's standing up, like getting in the position, right? And he's on the top thing, going, ooh, and then he jumps off the top, and then Matt's on the grave, like,
did you just break your beer bottle?
No.
It's like, Isaiah Cassidy, I knew you come. Man, I always come. Oh, how the fuck did this pass television?
Oh, yeah, that was when Isaiah Cassidy had like the moaning gimmick.
I was like, what the fuck? I don't want to hear this shit. I was at work. I had to take my earphones out. I was like, what is this? I was like, what is this? What am I watching? What am I watching? Why would you post this in the group?
The reason no one's really seen it is because it was on a Rampage, I'm pretty sure.
Oh my god, that shit was funny. Matt, I always come.
Gross.
Patrick, you got the nice little setup there. Is that like an attic space?
Yep. And then I got my 3 TVs over to my right, your left.
So you're going to be watching NXT, AEW, and
well,
WWE.
One of the TVs will be to my back. The TV I'm watching.
That's where AEW is going to be.
That's where AEW is going to be.
I'm not paying for that shit.
Yeah, it is. You already like Ricochet.
Patrick's going to write it off as a tax write-off.
Patrick, matter of fact, Brandon, did Patrick tell you, Patrick, you meet with your clients in the office sometimes, right?
Yeah.
Did you hear what he did in the office, Brandon?
What?
He said, you're not getting nothing back this year on your taxes. Aha!
I think Patrick would have liked the Ricochet Zach Gowen match.
Dude. Now I'm not gonna lie. When that motherfucker was rolling around like a dog, and Ricochet was like, "Get him away from me!" I was like, okay,
"No,
that's funny."
I hate to say it, I do like kill Ricochet, but he's still a piece of shit.
When Ricochet tried to put Zach Gowen in the figure 4. was fucking hilarious. But the logic behind that's wild. Like Zach Gowen came out with just one leg. Is like he didn't have another prosthetic leg at home.
Dude,
like Ricochet
really?
just took his only prosthetic leg.
Like really?
No, Montez Ford took the last prosthetic leg.
Dude, the leg that he took from a fan is fucking funny as hell. Aha!
We should probably get into predictions for these 3 fucking events and call it a night.
Fine.
Right.
Let me go to Saturday night main event.
All right. I'll do Double or Nothing.
There we go. Jey Uso versus Logan Paul for the World Heavyweight Championship.
Really?
Yep.
I would like Logan to win, but Jey Uso's going to win.
Wow, what the fuck? You have changed.
Jay.
It's Jay. Yeet.
No, it's Jay, but I would like to see Logan with the world title.
Oh my god.
So for people that are international, not in the US, you can watch it on YouTube.
YouTube.
For us, it is NBC and the cock.
Or the V.
The VPN.
Well, VPN would get you on YouTube.
CM Punk and Sami Zayn versus Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker.
Seth and Braun.
Yeah, Seth and Braun need the win here.
What?
Yeah. Punk and Sammy versus Braun and Seth.
I think Sammy turns on CM Punk. I legit think that Sammy's going to join him.
I can see it. Sammy does need a little bit. Needs something right now.
Yeah, I could.
He's kind of
and then Sammy versus Punk. And then Sammy versus Punk can carry you through the summer.
It was just weird. It was just weird how he missed WrestleMania.
Yeah, it didn't make sense. A lot of that card. I mean, it looked like he was going to face Karrion Kross at one point.
That's what I thought too, but it is.
Oh yeah, there's a potential pick for Money in the Bank.
I think Karrion should get it, but who the hell knows?
They're not going to give it to him yet.
They're not. It's going to be someone we're not expecting, but it's not going to be Karrion Kross.
It's going to be the one-legged Zoe Stark.
You know what?
She gonna win a title when she comes back.
Exactly, and Patrick's gonna be the first one cheering her. Bailey Hill,
Stark Mark, baby.
Exactly, because don't think that we haven't noticed that you don't really go hard for Bailey anymore.
I know you hate Bailey
because Bailey isn't on TV anymore.
No,
even when she was.
When she's on TV, you wasn't even going hard for her because Jimmy would fucking bring up shit like I'm the real Bailey fan, and you would just be like, I don't care.
Okay, buddy.
Because Jimmy is 42. He needs something to keep him going. I'm confident in myself. Oh, I bought a pair of shoes. Look at me. Fucking Mark.
Damian Priest versus Drew McIntyre in a steel cage match.
Drew.
It's probably going to be Damian.
Priest.
Priest needs to win.
Yep.
Because Drew's been whooping his ass this whole feud.
Oh, yeah, and Damian just got a road in New York.
He did.
Yeah, I got Priest for this one.
All right.
And then John Cena versus R-Truth.
John Cena.
But I could see someone interfering and R-Truth winning by DQ.
I think Cena wins and Cody returns at the end. I think this match main events. Okay.
Yeah.
On to Battleground.
Yes.
Oba Femi versus Miles Bourne.
Oba.
Quick
Stephanie.
Side note, when is he gonna lose? Because I don't see anybody fucking beat him.
There's no one on that roster. I mean, there's no one really.
What's that new dude's name that was with the Undertaker that took him down? Maybe him, but.
I think he just won LFG. I forget his name.
But anyway,
I think they could easily do a triple threat where Oba doesn't take the pin but loses the title for someone who can.
He can't lose right now.
You know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. I think Miles Bourne is gonna win. Can I tell you why real fast? I ain't gonna take too long.
He got Stephanie.
You remember when Orton beat Benoit?
No, it never happened.
And he was the youngest champion ever. Okay, so when Orton
What's
beat
a
somebody,
Benoit?
so Orton won the title. He was the youngest champion ever. If this dude is idolizing Orton, I could see him beating.
Fair enough.
25.
Orton was 24. And Orton only won because they were pissed at Brock.
Yeah, this kid's 25. Yeah, I still think it's going to be Oba. I think the end result is still Javon Evans beating him at one point.
But it needs to be because that boy can go. Woo, that motherfucker can fly.
But I got Oba here.
He's bouncy, as they say.
He's bouncy in a good way where his shit looks realistic.
Yeah, no, he's really good.
Next, we have Stephanie Vicura versus Jordan Grace.
Jordan, if they're going to move Stephanie up.
Okay, so let me ask you this real fast. If Jordan loses, do they go the other way and have Jordan come?
Yes. Whoever loses is moving up.
I think no. If Jordan loses, I think they turn Jordan if she loses, and they continue this.
Yeah,
and there's your summer. There's your big summer feud for NXT heading in for this year.
Did they have a SummerSlam?
They have Heat Wave.
No, but they're not.
But isn't that a TV show? Isn't that a TV special?
They have Heat Wave and they have Great American Bash. So one of those two is bound to be a PLE.
Yeah, but they're not doing it on SummerSlam weekend. They've already said it.
Oh hell no!
It's not.
I don't think you can.
Well, they do it with that. Unless they do a noon show at freaking Prudential Center.
Yeah, I still think they should put their PLEs on Thursday during Mania week.
No, Hall of Fame should be Thursday.
They shouldn't have Hall of Fame.
No, the Hall. I always say the Hall of Fame should be instead of SmackDown because who gives a shit about the SmackDown before Mania?
Carmelo Hayes won the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. You put some fucking respect
on Melo. And what have they done with him since?
He's
teamed him with The Miz.
He's feuding with
Aleister Black with The Miz.
I mean, they're using The Miz, I think, to turn Melo face and using Miz to elevate Melo right now.
Yeah, which is good because it's oddly working. It is working to a degree. It's showing Melo. So
I mean,
I just don't think they should be feuding with Aleister Black right now.
I mean, why not?
Because I want to see Melo pick up wins. I don't want to see him sit there and lose to fucking Aleister Black, who should be also picking up wins and should be winning his Money in the Bank qualifier tomorrow.
Yeah, probably. But anywho, back to Stephanie versus.
No, if Stephanie loses, she goes up. Jordan loses, I think they turn her.
Yep.
And Stephanie and Grace is your big NXT summer feud,
which blows off sometime before SummerSlam.
After SummerSlam, probably.
Oh, probably No Mercy.
Yeah. Next match, Joe Hendry versus Trick Williams for the TNA title.
Trick Williams.
Joe Hendry.
No, they need to change one of these between the companies to help elevate the partnership.
I believe that it'll happen, but I don't think it's going to be.
I don't think it'll be tight. I think Trick loses the match.
Because when's TNA's next set of tapings? When's that?
Right after, I think.
I don't know, but I'd love to see Joe Henry's response to fucking that rap. You just an average Joe. He
did. He had his own concert later that night.
Joe. Oh, fuck! I missed it. Okay, I need to tune into that.
Yeah, they had the Trick.
Yeah, and then it became.
And then they had the Joe Hendry concert.
Yeah, which was Trick is Melo's bitch.
He does the same shit.
Because
I
he
mean,
said the
what
same thing
works,
about
works, I guess.
Brian Myers. He said that he
Well,
was
yeah,
fine.
he did the.
You will always be Edge's bitch.
June 6th is against all odds, so
Yeah, but they're probably doing a TV taping right after if they're doing this match. So I'm guessing there's a TV taping later that week. Like the usual live show they do when they start the tape-ins, and then that weekend we'll tape probably the next month. But I got Joe here. I don't think this is a place to do the switch.
I think he.
Well,
kinda
dude, you switch a TNA title to a WWE guy on.
No, I think that he needs to get that win back from WrestleMania. I think they'll do him right.
Yep.
So TNA is returning to Canada 23rd and 24th. So tomorrow and Saturday.
Oh, so they're not gonna have.
And then May 24th is TV tapings, which is Sunday.
There you go.
And then the Border Brawl is May 25th, which is 3 days from now, which is Sunday. So, yeah. So more than likely, they're not going to change the title then.
I mean, they could. They couldn't just fly Trick up to Canada, but Joe's should win this.
I think that.
Yeah, but if they fly Trick up on Saturday with the TNA title,
it does more for Trick to lose this and build his now heel character arc than it does for him to win the TNA title.
Is he a heel? Because
they're turning. They're slowly turning. Right now in this feud, he is the heel, but they're slowly turning him into. He's becoming everything that he hated about Mello.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, yeah, you're probably right. Hendry's going to win, but I think Trick should win.
I
got Joe here.
I got Joe too.
Yeah, Joe's what's going to happen, but Mello's what should happen. But nonetheless, who cares?
Tony D'Angelo versus Shannon Stacks Lorenzo. I'm guessing this is for control of the family.
I think
Tony D.
I think Shannon win. So here's the thing. I got a prediction. I think that Shannon Stacks wins because Tony D'Angelo has been down there for a long time now. I think that Shannon Stacks wins, and I think that it sets off them repackaging Tony D'Angelo.
Yeah,
they should if they're going to plan to move him up.
Stacks wins, and I think the other two members of the family cost Tony the match. For Tony, it's either you repackage him, move him up, or just release him at this point.
Because if he goes up now, there's no momentum behind him, and he just becomes a jobber.
If he loses, you probably have to fucking repackage him.
Yeah,
because you can't you can't do the mob gimmick if he lost his whole fucking crew.
But if you reintroduce him on the main roster, of course you can, because they.
Do you think it'll work?
No, the mob gimmick won't. Like the main roster doesn't do well with characters.
No, I mean Americano's a fucking character.
Yeah, but we all know where that's eventually going to land.
In the Hall of Fame.
He should be in the Hall of Fame
already. As the main event in Worlds Collide beating Vikingo to win the AAA Mega World Championship.
You know what? I'm going to be honest with you. I do think that it can work.
Who do you put with him?
Liv Morgan. After she gets dumped by Dom.
I don't think Dom dumps her. I think that's how they turn Dom, Liv, and Raquel face, or just Raquel and Liv. Not Raquel and Liv. I'm Dom and Liv.
I don't think so. I think that it's. I think Finn's the one they're going to turn.
Well, Finn's already gonna. What, you gonna turn Finn face?
I don't think they turned. No, there's too much fan support behind Dom now.
They're gonna turn Finn face, dude. Why? Who's got the numbers advantage?
Finn.
Dom.
Because you could easily get JD to side with Finn.
You can easily get JD to side, and then wherever Raquel goes, you can easily get Carlito to side with either Finn or JD too.
Dude,
Dom will have Liv, and then Raquel and Carlito are really the only two
wild cards.
Unknowns.
Dude, dude, let's be logical. I know what y'all are thinking. Let's be logical. What actually?
Or there could be, or in your thing, they could turn Finn could be kicked out still as a heel, and they turn everyone Judgment Day face.
They're not fucking no.
I don't think.
No, Dom's end game is babyface.
I don't think Finn's turning here.
Finn's gonna turn
because where does Finn go? Because the trajectory of Dom is only up. Finn is stagnant.
But like, say they turn Finn. Where's the logic in it? If Finn's the one trying to cost Dom the IC title, Finn's trying to throw a wedge between Dom and Liv.
Yeah, because that's why Dom got Roxanne the bacon chicken nuggets.
Let's think about this. What happened on Monday? Finn tried to get a new member without seeking anybody's advice. Raquel said Liv will hear about this. It seems to me they're setting up Liv as.
But Dom tried the same thing. Dom tried to get Grande Americano, Penta into the group.
But they all knew about it. They knew about it. Finn Balor didn't. They're literally setting either Liv or Dom up to be the next leader of Judgment Day.
Yeah,
they're literally setting one of them up to be the leader of Judgment Day. They're gonna turn them heel. Finn Balor.
Well, whatever happens with Judgment Day is gonna dissipate by the end of the summer.
I hope not. Carlito's funny as fuck. Hey, baby, I think that we can go get some meat. You can use your credit card, but I'll pay you back.
Okay. No, Carlito's great. Carlito's great in his role.
What? I'm like, dude, the way that Raquel looked creeped out, I was laughing. I was like, no.
Where do you think that's the SummerSlam match? Finn versus Dom?
Yep.
For the IC title, yeah.
1 year, around 1 year since they turned on Damian and Rhea.
You said what?
About 1 year since they turned on Damian and Rhea.
I think it's exactly rough.
Even though that shit was justified.
He's logically the next one. Think about this. I'm not saying that it's this extreme, but they've done this shit before. Patrick, you may remember. Do you remember? Did you watch the wrestling in 2000?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you remember when Rikishi ran over Stone Cold Steve, or we found out that Rikishi ran over Stone Cold Steve Austin?
Yeah, he did it for The Rock.
Do you remember how Triple H started getting cheered because the heat was off of him? And
because everybody thought he did it. Yeah,
everybody thought that Rikishi did it. So now everybody was starting to cheer Triple H. You remember when that Austin was in a match against Rikishi? Kurt Angle came out, and then Triple H came out. And everybody cheered, and then they swerved, and Triple H hit Austin with the sledgehammer. I think in a way that's what they're doing with Dom. I think Dom is getting that lukewarm, like, okay, we're starting to like him, but then they're gonna do something, and Dom is gonna, because he's fucking dirty. Dom is his character, and I think that he's gonna turn on Finn. They're gonna turn on Finn Balor. They're not gonna turn Dom face. This is swerve. It has to be. I think Triple H is smart enough to see that everybody wants Dom to be face, but I think he's smart enough to know, like, oh no, I'm gonna swerve these motherfuckers.
It's a swerve, bro. He's gonna Vince Russo it.
He is
swerve.
Yeah. He is.
That I could see that working, but
watch.
But then what do you do with Finn after that's done? And then,
well, apparently they're giving Finn a push anyway. Like not like a title push, but like trying to get him on TV every week. So I don't know.
well, yeah, they've been doing that ever.
Like I said, Triple H's booking is weird because what the fuck? Because they're supposedly pushing Karrion Kross like in character development, but not in actual matches. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know either. But anywho,
Brandon,
where were we?
We were just at Stacks versus D'Angelo. Now we're at Sol Ruka versus Kalani Jordan for the NXT Women's North American Champion.
Well, I really think The Rock's gonna show up at SummerSlam. That's
What?
no, that's where we've been going. We've been
Her name is
talking
Sol
about one
Ruka.
match and then go off on a tangent on something else.
Oh my god.
Sol
But
Ruka
anywho,
should
it's
win.
Sol Ruka anyway.
Sol Ruka should win.
Sol Ruka's gonna win.
This Kalani heel turn's not working for me.
She turned heel?
Yeah, she's been a heel.
Oh, how about that?
It's not working. Give it a chance.
It's not working. I think she's a better babyface. She's been heel for like a few months now.
Give it a chance.
I did.
Well, soon enough, she'll be on the main roster with Carmelo. So
I think she's a terrific babyface, but I don't think she's working heel right now. And then probably the match of the night: Hank and Tank and Josh Briggs versus the Cullen.
The Cullen.
Sean Spears, our Lord and Savior.
I got Hank and Tank with Briggs.
Oh yeah, no, easily,
Probably Hank and Tank.
easily.
Hank and fucking Tank.
Heavy
Bunch of
Machine
losers.
2.0.
Fucking wild.
Are we going over the 30 matches for AEW?
No,
Yeah.
there's only what? There's only 9 matches.
There's 9. Only 8 are actually up for the prediction league, though.
Get the fuck out of here. There's only 8 matches. That's because Anarchy in the arena is going to start at 10 and then like at 11:30.
Well, you know damn well they're going to add 0 hour. Yeah, 0 hour fucking matches at like the day of.
Wait, do they have Collision on
Collision's
Saturday?
right now. Collision's right now. Well, they have 10 matches now.
10 fucking matches.
Okay, so we'll go pre-show. Megan Bain and Penelope Ford versus Anna Jay and Harley Cameron.
Harley Cameron should win everything.
To go from a fucking main card to pre-show, yikes.
Wild.
It's
Megan Bain and Penelope.
It's Megan Bain because Harley doesn't win shit. Like that's the funny part. She's the most over and she doesn't win shit.
And the fact that they never sold those Mercedes puppets pisses me off.
Why, did you want one?
Yeah, I would have loved to stuff my ass up a Mercedes puppet. Jesus. My hand up the Mercedes.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Hey, can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a quick question real fast since we're on the subject of AEW, Patty? Do you know if Jamerson subscribed to her text? her text.
What, the $100 a month?
The AI text.
Oh, fucking bullshit.
What we got next?
Jamie Hayter, Mercedes.
Yep, Jamie Hayter versus Mercedes Moné.
For the Owen Hart.
Oh my God.
Mercedes.
Why is this even like, quit dragging this shit out. Just give it to Mercedes already.
Mercedes.
Then next up, after that, it's the Hurt Syndicate versus Sons of Texas for the AEW tags.
First off, the Sons of Texas, oh my God, whatever.
It's Undertaker and...
Undertaker.
The Sons of Texas. I thought it was Undertaker and one of the Von Erichs.
No,
it's Dustin.
It's Dustin Rhodes and
nice to see Sammy's back from Guantanamo Bay.
So anyway, it's Hurt Syndicate.
I think there's a chance the Sons of Texas wins.
Get the fuck out of here, bro. They're not going to give them 2 titles.
Dustin Rhodes has 2 right now.
In Ring of Honor.
I can see them winning just because of MJF potentially turning on.
But that would be way too quick.
It's too early.
No,
he's not going to turn yet.
No, you have to wait for Cedric to show up before they.
Is Cedric even gonna show up?
Yes.
Or is this where Cedric shows up?
That could be very much it.
I think there's a chance, but I got Hurt Syndicate winning this.
The Hurt Syndicate's going to win.
For sure. So then after that, it's Toni Storm versus Mina Sharakawa for the women's title.
It's going to be Tony.
Yep.
I'm almost done with this timeless shit.
No, that has a shelf life. She needs to do something else.
I'm not saying it sucks, and I'm not saying it's getting stale now, but it's near it. It's
getting there. So she better quit when she's on top.
Holy shit! I thought we were talking about Toni Storm, not Becky Lynch.
She already changed. That's your goat. You already praised her this show. You can't backtrack.
Fuck, I did. God dang it.
Dumbass.
All right. So after that.
Okay. Okay. Oh, so you still in what I'm doing.
So after that, it's FTR versus Danny Garcia and Nigel McGuinness.
FTR.
Who gives a fuck match?
Does Cope come back here?
Why would he?
I mean, it's been about a month. I don't know what if Cope's not coming back here. When you just bring them back on like a random Dynamite or whenever the hell they do Blood and Guts.
What's the next pay-per-view after this?
All In.
Which is in July.
But well, hell, I don't know.
You do it here, which is last pay-per-view, or you do it on a Dynamite.
Listen, all I want to know is, have they started building towards Edge and Christian teaming?
That's what I want to know. When the fuck they build to that?
Who the fuck is the TNT champion?
Adam Cole, baby.
What the fuck? I thought Danny Garcia was it.
He lost it to Adam Cole at the last pay-per-view.
He lost to Adam Cole at the last pay-per-view.
Oh. All right. Well, FTR is going to win this one.
Patrick's match of the night is next.
Mark Briscoe versus the piece of shit Ricochet. Ricochet's going to win because...
In a stretcher match.
In a stretcher match, no less. What the fuck? Why is it a stretcher match? Just because?
No idea.
And why the fuck are they like doing these feuds out of nowhere?
Because it's Tony Khan's booking.
Well, they want Ricochet on the pay-per-view card, and everyone likes Mark Briscoe. So,
yeah.
Literally, I think this thing started like a week ago, or whenever the Zach Gowen stuff started.
Oh yeah, because he had the stretcher out, Zach Gowen, right?
Because the connection of Briscoe and Gowen is Zach Gowen was in ROH for like 15 seconds.
Yes. Who's the ROH champion? Is it still Jericho?
No, it's
Dude,
Bandito.
You are way behind.
Wow. You missed that piece of shit. You missed that piece of shit ending. Do not get me started on that ending.
Okay, but legitimately, who's the ROH champion now?
Hold on a minute. So Patty, like Jericho won. Hold on a minute, Brandon. Calm down. At the last pay-per-view, Jericho technically won cheating. And so Bandito was about to unmask, but like his family, like his mom and sister came out of the crowd and like just like fucking like random people out of the crowd. And they tried to get them to say like, hey, Jericho cheated. Another fucking AEW ref came down, had nothing to do with the match. And they fucking overturned the decision, the other ref's decision, and they restarted the match. And then Bandito won the
Oh, god damn it. All right, so let's top that with Kenny, Swerve, Willow Nightingale, and the Ops, which is Samoa Joe, Powerhouse Hobbs, and Shibata, versus Death Riders, Moxley, Castagnoli, and Marina Shafir, and Wheeler Yuta, and the Young Bucks, and Anna Cream the Arena.
I don't know, but whose stupid music are they gonna fucking play during the whole?
Willows.
The final. They're gonna do. No, they're just gonna do the final countdown.
No, I need them. No, it'd be fucking hilarious if they're just playing Willow's song.
Dear God, I think it's gonna be, I really think it's gonna be.
It's gonna be Swerve's.
it's going to be Swerves and all of them. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
But it'd be fucking hilarious if it was Willow's. I got the oh god, I don't know, because I feel like the Death Riders should win this, but I also feel like they should win Blood and Guts. But they're not going to win both.
Well, it depends. What main events?
The main event is going to be Paige versus Ospreay. They already announced it.
Is that? Oh, they already announced that.
Yep.
All right. Good enough. All right. So I would say the heels win this one. So Death Riders.
John Moxley pins Willow Nightingale to win the match.
Can they even interact, or is it just going to be
the
fucking women fighting the women?
I mean, obviously, but yeah, they can interact.
They're not gonna fucking. Well, I don't know because the nigga DD.
I could see that ending with Mox pinning Willow.
Yeah, very easily. So, Okada versus Speedball Mike Bailey for the Continental Championship.
Okada, even though it should probably be Speedball, but
The corpse of Okada will win this match.
Yep.
Talk about a motherfucker who's cashed. Fucking Okada. The only reason this man's still Continental Champion is because they're just trying to get this man to do the Omega match at All In.
Pretty much.
Like this dude, he is ugh.
How old is this fucker?
Okada? I think he's like late mid 30s or something.
No,
37. He's 37.
Yeah, and he's like, it's the New Japan style. It just if you're there long enough, it fucking breaks you down real early.
It's the same thing with Kota Ibushi.
That's why Shinsuke Nakamura is happy just sitting on the bench in WWE.
Yeah,
cashing a check.
His ass doesn't want to go back.
No, he was just happy just to lose the title and just go off for
fucking
however
surfing.
long. Yeah. So Okada's gonna win this one. Next up is the Paragon, which apparently is the new Undisputed Era. Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly, and Roderick Strong versus Takeshita, Kyle Fletcher, and Josh Alexander.
They never explained why they dropped Bennett, Taven, and Wardlow.
Contracts.
They're all still there.
I thought Bennett's contract ran out.
No, they're in ROH. They got moved to ROH.
Oh.
It was Maria's contract that ran out.
Fuck Maria. She's a piece of shit.
Oh, Jesus.
Why?
Oh, wow.
I just don't like her. I don't like her.
I like Maria.
She was one of my first real big wrestling crushes back in 2004. But no, I just can't stand her.
Your first was Nicole Bass.
Well, that's the first time I saw hair sprouting. I'm like, ooh.
Yeah. You saw the first time you saw
Patrick saw Nicole Bass and Jeff Jarrett mixed tag match. Like, today's the day you become a man.
Dude, that dude was so fucking confused but turned on at the same time.
You know, like meme where it's like the guy just like looking disgusted at a computer, like and it's just he has a fucking raging boner.
Yep.
That's him. Like
That's Patrick.
He's like, I'm so disgusted with myself.
Nasty. But no, I got the Don Callis family for this one. They need to win something.
Yeah, I think Josh Alexander should be skyrocketed, but
look at that. We're talking about AEW and now he's getting tired.
Well, I ran out of beer, so fuck this.
All right, main event: Hangman Adam Page versus Will Ospreay. The winner faces John Moxley in the main event of All In.
Oh, can't wait.
It's gonna be Will Ospreay.
It's Ospreay.
Yeah, because Ospreay is the one who takes the title off of him.
I don't see. I was convinced of that, and then I saw Tony's quotes today.
Thank you.
Well, Tony's an idiot.
Now I'm not convinced it's going to be Ospreay.
Thank you. That's what I'm talking about. Because we know.
Are they going to fucking keep it on Moxley
until Darby? Yeah, I think that's on the table.
could you repeat that, please? Clip it, Patrick.
Clip it right here. 2 hours and 5 minutes.
Clip it, Patrick.
I think it is realistic based on Tony Khan's quotes today about Darby Allin since he left. They will wait till the end of the year or at Wrestle Dream, where it's likely going to be in Seattle, for Darby to be the one to take the title off of Moxley.
Is
that the right decision?
No.
Yes.
But is that the pathway I think they are going towards? It is on the table.
What did I tell you? What have I been telling you for the past few months?
If Fucker didn't finish Mount Everest as quickly as he did, I don't think it's on the table. But because he did, and they know it's realistic, he's going to be back sooner rather than later, it's on the table now.
Is there a shot he's back on Sunday?
Patrick, will slow down now because you're really ruining this man's day. You're really ruining this man's day.
No,
Patrick,
is there a legitimate shot that he's probably back?
Yeah, I think because Gabe Kidd interfered in the main event 2 weeks ago, and he's not even in this match.
He did, and guess what? And you know what? Guess who owes him a fucking title shot because he fucking stole it from him in the first place?
Oh, he didn't steal it from him. He won it from him.
No, he stole it from him.
But he won it from him.
He stole it from him.
Stupid booking. Because it was weird. It was like Bryan Danielson can't compete that night, even though he competed that night against Nigel McGuinness.
What about if it all in it's a triple threat match? Turn it into a triple threat match.
I don't like it.
I love it. Because I have been telling y'all's asses all along. I said, you know what? I said, Darby is a man of... And I'm telling you something. If Darby wins the title, AEW finally has me hooked. Because Darby is the fucking man. You know what? Shut the fuck up. You're just hating because what I said has finally come true. Darby is the fucking man.
think regardless, Mox is either losing the title at All In to Ospreay, and if he does, that's so they can have Ospreay go into Forbidden Door at the O2 Arena in London as the champion. If not, they're
when are they going to London?
August. If not, Darby's getting his moment at Grand Slam USA in New York. Same place where he lost to Moxley.
In Mexico.
No, that's their Mexico Grand Slam, which is next month.
What the fuck is this bullshit?
Don't forget that we had Australia Grand Slam too earlier this year.
Yeah, that was basically a glorified collision.
That was the card. Let's just have that card so we can get Tony Storm the title back.
Told you.
I still think Ospreay is going to be the guy to do it because I think it makes sense. But
you have to pull the trigger at some point.
They have to pull it soon because this Death Rider shit's not working. But
that's what you've been saying for months.
It's still, and I've been right.
And yet they maintain the course.
The metrics are correct that the Death Rider shit sucks.
I'm not saying it doesn't suck, but I'm saying that they're maintaining the course.
They're maintaining course.
The course has always been Darby.
Or is the course Ospreay?
It should be. That's what it should be.
Well, you know what, Patrick? You just jinxed it, so it's really going to be Darby now.
Watch it's neither, and it's like fucking Eddie Kingston now, someone who Patrick fucking despises.
Oh, fuck A. I will quit watching AEW.
You don't even watch it.
You don't fucking watch it to begin with.
Oh.
Man, you don't even watch it to begin with.
I do watch AEW.
What was the last episode you watched? CM Punk was on there.
It was the last time we did it. It was the last time we did the live stream with AEW and NXT in 2020.
Because, I'll be honest, the last time I watched Collision was the night they fired CM Punk.
But didn't WWE have a pay-per-view that night?
No, that was No, it was during the day. That was
No, it was during the day, but WWE had a pay-per-view that night.
The night of? No. Because that's Labor Day weekend. That was all in All Out weekend. I think that was the day they did. Was it Clash at the Castle?
I don't know.
Yeah, no, it was 2023. So it's pay-per-view.
Oh, then no. I don't think they had one that weekend. Or if they did, they had NXT the next night. Was that Bash in Berlin? No, that was last year. That was last year. It sounds on brand for them to just randomly put a pay-per-view the same night as an AEW event.
I mean, they do it anyway because they're trying to corner the market.
If they wanted to be funny, they should just put fucking Saturday Night Main Event that night in Texas. Put it in Dallas.
Oh, dear God.
Just stack the fucking card. Goldberg's final match in Texas. John Cena's final match in Texas. Roman returns.
Cowboys.
Live concert from Travis Scott.
Cowboys.
No, WWE had a pay-per-view that night.
What was their pay-per-view?
It was Payback 2023. Payback 2023. The main event.
Wasn't that Nakamura's Rollins?
It was Nakamura, Rollins, Ripley versus Raquel Rodriguez for the world title. Jesus. Judgment Day versus Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn.
Oh, I remember that night.
Then Rey Mysterio.
Like we're living a bad dream.
Rey Mysterio beat Austin Theory for the U.S. title. LA Knight beat The Miz.
Oh yeah, Cena was the ref for that match.
Yes, he was. And then Becky Lynch defeated. And then it was Becky Lynch and Trish in a steel cage match.
Yeah, it was just that match and the Owens Zayn tag match were like the only two good matches that whole night, and the rest of the card was just ass. And
then the following pay-per-view was the one where Cody and Jey Uso won the tag titles and got drunk for the press conference.
And then they were never allowed to do press conferences together again.
It was when Heat really began.
Which was fucking stupid because they only held the title for like what, a month?
Held it for like a few weeks, and it went right because Roman had Solo and Jimmy cost them the titles, so they wouldn't be on SmackDown.
Yeah, let's see.
But yeah, that's this weekend. I'm not really hyped about any of the three cards.
I think you got to give it a chance.
Oh, I'm gonna give it a chance, but like heading into it, it's a big wrestling weekend, but it doesn't feel like it.
But it also, yeah.
It is sad that the match I kind of have the most expectations for is Cena R-Truth. Just to see what happens after.
Yeah, so the Judgment Day beat Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso 9 days later.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. And then, maybe after Logan Paul thing, they'll start another random Jey Uso feud. So he's feuding with Rollins, Breaker, and another person again. Oh, and Gunther.
And then might as well just put like Finn Balor in there.
Dude, man is one more person away from feuding with like an entire starting five.
Then we can have a fatal five-way. Yeah, whatever.
Gunther, the ring in the row. Gunther.
Yo, that theme's fire though.
Dude,
I still prefer his first one.
That's what I'm saying. Looks like a badass. Gunther, the ring in the row. Gunther. I heard that shit live. I'm like, oh shit, that shit got me hyped. I heard that shit in January. I'm like, oh shit. Gunther, the ring in the row. Gunther.
Like he,
like,
like the lyrics are fucking stupid, but like if you do like,
if
you just listen to do. Like you're just like, oh wow, villains coming out. What the fuck?
Like, what was that? I could imagine like Schoolhouse Rock. Gunther, the freaking no roll, Gunther.
But all wrestling themes lyrics are stupid. Who would have thought? I'm a sexy boy.
Dude,
I'm not your boy toy.
dude.
But it's gonna slap the way it does.
I remember, dude. So you remember the Shields O thing?
The Sierra Hotel Indigo.
Yeah. Oh, dun, dun,
Indigo. I thought it was India.
Sierra Hotel.
It's Sierra Hotel India.
Echo Lima Delta Shield.
Yeah.
Patrick's over here like Delta Airlines.
I made
United.
I made up like lyrics to like fucking the theme show with Roman Reigns. Dun, 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 dun. Roman Reigns. Like Damian Priest. Dun, dun, dun,
I know, and then they went ahead and fucking changed his theme.
It changed his theme. I was like, oh my goodness.
Now it's it's like it's a slower version of his old one.
For him and Rhea Ripley, I'm like, so basically they're like the Judgment Day. So they got the Judgment Day graphics, but they're just not Judgment Day.
Pretty much. But like Rhea's had like the same shit her whole career, so that makes sense.
No, she ain't never had that purple backdrop like that.
Oh no, not that. I'm talking about like the theme and presentation.
She had the black and white chains.
I'm obsessed with.
Oh wow, turn that shit off.
Oh,
sorry. My porn turned on a little bit earlier than I anticipated.
I eat, sleep, dude. You know what, Rhea? I don't care what Rhea's fucking. What's that fucking shit she does? Where she fucking like runs her hands up her arm. I'm like, damn, bro. Oh shit!
No, it's hilarious. Like Def Rebel will have some like fire themes, and then they'll have like the drizzle and shits.
Well, because
like
what happens
Zelina
is
Vega's theme.
Well, because a lot of them, the WWE just doesn't want to invest the money into them if they're just going to release them.
But like Zelina Vega was terrible. It was terrible, and they just gave her the U.S. title.
But who fucking but the Def Rebel doesn't sing Rhea's song.
No, they don't sing it, but they made it. They wrote it.
I don't think were they the ones that wrote it.
No,
I would imagine.
Or was that one of the final ones? The old fucking one.
CFOS.
No, fucking what's the fucking name of that band? They fucking
Motionless in White.
Motionless in White probably did that shit.
With the Rhea fucking lookalike singer.
The one that did it at Mania.
The guy.
Man, it had wife. It was it was AEW that had some dude do blackface.
Shocker.
It was a band. I think that's their like stick.
AEW's themes are garbage too.
All wrestling themes are sucky because
I mean most of AEW's themes are either like in-house or they're licensed.
Not Roman Reigns' theme, because Roman Reigns' theme is iconic.
I miss his old theme.
What the dun 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 dun?
No.
The first tribal chief one?
Yeah, the first one.
When you hear that shit live and that motherfucker comes out,
I know.
It's like, oh,
I've been there.
I saw that at Backlash, WrestleMania Backlash.
When that motherfucker came out, that shit was like, Roman, yeah, fuck Cody Rhodes, and then
no,
and then
the
I'm
best
sitting here, adrenaline, and I started singing that shit. It's like 5 seconds after I said, fuck that motherfucker.
Do you know what the Miz's team is? Slaps in the arena.
It does.
You know, now that I'm thinking about it, I don't think I've ever been to an event where the Miz wrestled out or came out.
I have. I saw him like 3 or 4 times. I know I saw him at Extreme Rules 2016 in that triple threat with Cesaro, Sami Zayn, and Sheamus.
Because he wasn't at the live event I saw back in 2016. He wasn't at the first SmackDown event I saw. He wasn't at Raw this past year. Well, last year.
He was at Raw, and then when I went to SmackDown, like at last year's WrestleMania, I saw Gunther versus Jey Uso in the dark main event.
Yeah, we didn't get one.
Oh, I did, but I saw who was it that was what was that motherfucker? Tyler Bate. I saw Tyler Bate versus Shante the Adonis in the dark match.
I got Pete Dunne versus I think it was Dragon Lee.
I haven't been to a TV taping.
Yeah, we didn't get a dark match tonight. Our main event was Sheamus, Drew, and somebody else. I literally fucking forget who it was. It was a Money in the Bank qualifier match.
Bro, let me tell you. Let me tell you what the fuck Cody Rhodes did. There was a fucking tables match. Cody had come out after SmackDown, and it was a fucking tables match. It was Cody Rhodes versus somebody else. He put somebody through a fucking table. Fucking at the end of the night, they welcome everybody. We're glad to have you. We're glad that you came out. Be safe getting home, dude. He fucking signs the table and gives it to like the whole table. He gives it to like this little kid in the first row.
Wild. Yeah, I've seen Cody once.
Yeah, I saw Ric Flair, but I had a different encounter with him. You want to hear that story?
Oh goddamn! Okay, this Minnesota OKC series is over.
Yeah, of course it is.
It's fucking 93-71, not even a fourth yet.
Dude.
Right, that's probably good.
Maybe Patrick does. Hey, Patrick. Hey, Patrick.
Yes.
You want to cheer for OKC?
Real fast. Do you want to hear my story of when I met Ric Flair and he held onto his Rolex firmly?
Yep. We'll call
because he thought you were going to steal it?
We'll call it after this match, after this story.
So me and my friend, we met Seth Rollins. This was when he first became like which by the way, that motherfucker really does dress like that in real life. But anyway, kind of shocked that we was eye level. So met Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins cool as fuck. Ric Flair in line to meet Ric Flair. The white people go through. Woo! Wow, that's great. Woo! You just like me. Me and my friend comes through. This motherfucker grabs his wrist, takes it, holds it like this, holds his Rolex tight. And you know how you bow up when you like with strangers because you're afraid they're gonna do something. He bowed up. Stop smiling, and in my head, I'm like, "You racist motherfucker!"
Oh, that doesn't shock me.
I was like, I don't want your Rolex. I just wanted a picture. Like, what the fuck? Like, you.
Please, Mr. Flair, can I get a picture?
Like, the man thinks you're just gonna rip his watch off mid fucking picture and run off of it.
Please, Mr. Flair.
Dude, I was like, and it was a nice Rolex too. I'm not even gonna hate, but I'm like, dude, I don't want your fucking Rolex. I have a fucking.
Dude's like, hold on 1 second. All right, take the picture.
Jesus, I was low key pissed because my friend wanted a picture with Flair. I really wanted the Undertaker, but the Undertaker was like $300, and I'm like, and then I saw Sheamus. Sheamus is jacked as fuck in real life. I saw Sheamus.
Right.
And then I saw Edge. I saw Edge walking through. But yeah, Ric Flair was a different. Rick held onto his watch and shit. I don't want your fucking watch.
This could have been worse. You could have went to a Hulk Hogan fucking photo one.
Oh God, I would have felt so pissed.
Well, he probably would have just stormed out.
No,
brother.
That doesn't work for me, brother.
I'm one of you.
Mr. Hogan, can I have a picture? That doesn't work for me, brother.
Now, let me tell you why.
You can only have a picture with Terry Bollea.
He's gonna have you put your phone in like some fucking compartment so you're not recording him.
Right. I can see it.
You have to put it in the little ziplock.
I can see it. What's your name? Brother.
What's your name?
That's how I felt. Ric Flair wanted to call me out. I let you feel like you wanted to call me something different.
I mean, you heard the stories from Teddy Long.
Dude, I believe him now because I'm like, because the way he looked at me and his grin, like he had to grin because I paid the money. But if I was a fan on the street, he probably would have told me to fuck off. I was like, well, fuck you too.
All right, and that's how we end the show with the racist Ric Flair. We'll be back next Thursday.
More than likely.
Unless Ric Flair gets us.
Oh.
Well, he won't get us because we're white.
Oh, shut the fuck.
Yeah, before Bobby gets sniped.
He'll probably give us the Rolex.
Dude, that motherfucker.
He probably just handed it off to us.
He looks swell. Here's my backups.
That motherfucker, I swear to God, grabbed that Rolex and bowled up real tight like he was trying to hold his purse. Man, I don't want nothing from you, man.
Like he was trying to hold in his shit.
Yeah, like I was trying to steal his shit. Like, Rick, I don't even.
I just want a picture. I bet.
Get the fuck out of here, bro. Watch somebody on a page.
Instead of woo, he's saying go.
Watch this shit. I didn't believe this shit. Ric Flair is the greatest champion of all time. He's an equal opportunity. I have a newsflash for you. Okay, Ric Flair got a history.
Oh, well, he got a history, all right.
Yeah, I know he does.
But he gets ignored because he's Ric Flair.
Exactly. Now he's taking pictures of like celebrities and shit. And like, I wonder what you really think about him.
Man, guy's on like rap song and shit now.
Fucking wild.
All right, that's that. We will see you next Thursday. Adios.